sure that sounds incredibly irrational, but now that we've mentioned it, you are a little worried. The odds of one snake, let alone snakes plural, are so slim. But you might want to check. Oh, you're not near your bedroom. Guess you'll just have to sit there and worry about it. So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
This Thanksgiving Eve, the party's at Maynard's Cafe in Margate. Starting at 6 p.m., it's $1 Busch Light cans, $3 tee shots and Fireball, and $5 Sun Cruisers. DJs are spinning inside and outside. It's the biggest night of the year, and Maynard's is the place to be. Plus, join Mike Gill and the Sports Bash, Wednesday, November 26th, starting at 2 p.m. for 99 bottles. That's 99 prizes. Win Birds Club box tickets, Sixers, Flyers, and more. Maynard's Cafe in Margate, your Thanksgiving Eve tradition.
Home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They got him again!
Sixers.
Bang! It's good! Ball game!
And Flyers.
Tipped in front of the net!
97.3 ESPN. WENJ. WENJ HD. Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Finally!
This is Hanging with Hennig.
I have friends everywhere.
On 97.3 ESPN Radio, South Jersey.
In New Jersey. Am I right? Yeah.
Live feed on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
Well, you're not wrong.
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
The internet is a communications tool used the world over where people can come together.
Now, here's your host.
He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Josh Hennig.
Josh Hennig, Mike Carlin, broadcasting live from the Gridiron Pit inside Tropicana Atlantic City. We are back for another month here. Once a month we come to the pit, Tropicana Atlantic City. The must be. You've got to be here for this place. It is absolutely incredible. And we're glad to have you guys all on board here on 97.3 ESPN. This is absolutely the place to be, whether you're someone who gambles, whether you're someone who just wants to watch football, or maybe you like to do both, Mike Carlin. It is always great to be here at Tropicana Atlantic City. How you doing today?
Doing good. Doing real good. I mean, today's a big day. We're a big day we're a day away from the Eagles. We got Flyers coming, and we got college football and basketball going. I mean, this time of year is great, but Josh, you hit it starting out. Being here at Tropicana, and people have not come here and seen this Gridiron Pit yet. You're just missing out. I mean, this is the place if you want to come and gamble and you have any kind of sports in your blood, there's not a better place to be. You're gambling. They're bringing you drinks. They're bringing you food, and right in front of you, you got the three best TVs you could have, and they're all like right now they're getting ready for all the college football games. But this is definitely the place to be with Chicky and Pete serving you food. And like I said, it's first class.
Absolutely.
From the time we walk in here to the time we leave, they're all over us, making sure we got everything we need. It's just great to be here.
So let's run down the lineup today for the show. Of course, me and Mike Carl will be here 12 to 3 as always. Shout out to Jeff from Ocean City who stopped by to say hello. Good to see him as always. Vince, the intern, is hanging out with us here.
Jeff did really good last month when he was here.
He did.
He walked out of here winning, and I can just see it on his face. He's ready to win today.
Well, you know, he played the wheel last time.
Yes,
he was playing the table games. And one of the things
they have, he got everything.
Well, one of the things they have here at Tropicana in Atlantic City at the Gridiron Pit, they have the wheel. So when you play the tables,
you get blackjack,
and you have the opportunity to win the big wheel of prizes. So you can win prizes that way by playing the table games. You could also come and sign up. Vince taking up sign-ups today for gift cards to some of the amazing restaurants here on the property here at Tropicana Atlantic City, Mike Carlin.
It's going to be a good day, Josh. I'm ready.
So, of course, on top of all of that, we have a show to do as well as we are here. Andy McNamara is going to join us an hour earlier than usual, coming up at 12:25. Andy's going to join us to talk about the weekend in the NFL. 1992 Heisman Trophy winner Gino Torretta will join us. He is on the call for Pitt at Georgia Tech, a huge game with massive college football implications. When was the last time you could say Georgia Tech and playoff implications? It's been like, what, 30, almost 40 years?
Long time. But, yeah, they win today. They're going to be in their championship.
And if they lose, it sends the ACC into utter chaos. By the way, it's also homecoming for Georgia Tech. Keep that in mind. Of course, you can hear Georgia Tech Pitt tonight on 97.3 ESPN. And then at 2:25, we'll get more into the Eagles and the NFL. Eagles, Cowboys, round 2 tomorrow, Mike Carlin. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. right here on 97.3 ESPN. Rob Maaddi is going to join us. And we got to talk to Rob because Rob worked through the TO stuff years ago. He has seen the Philly sports scene in numerous iterations. And we'll get his perspective, Mike Carlin, on what do we do about this fiasco with the Philadelphia Eagles offense. And, of course, folks can text in, as always, 609-403-0973 is the text board. As always, we are also streaming live on YouTube and X in the Dr. Squatch virtual studio. Shout out to Nick Earnshaw back in the 97.3 studios, doing all kinds of work. We appreciate him and his help with the show today. But we got to get to the Eagles, Mike.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Because I have had to listen all week. And we'll get to some audio a little bit later in the show. But I want to start out with this. We are getting to the point with this, the reports about Jalen Hurts, the A.J. Brown passive-aggressive stuff, we'll call it, right? Mm-hmm. The fact that the offense is a bottom 10 offense again this year, right? But they're winning. And I don't want to overlook the reality that, yes, does the offense need to be better? Yes. Does things need to clean up? Yes. But I throw a caveat into it. The way the defense is playing, they are playing at a championship level, Mike Carlin. And to me, I have lived long enough to see numerous teams win championships because their defenses. May I remind you, when the Broncos won with Peyton Manning, he had a noodle arm at that point. The defense won that championship. Trent Dilfer with the Ravens, Brad Johnson with the Bucks. We can go through the list. How about the Super Bowl after the Eagles? People forget, Eagles won Super Bowl 52. Super Bowl 53 was the lowest scoring Super Bowl of all time. Bill Belichick, Wade Phillips, the battle of the defensive minds. Patriots barely won that game in probably the most boring Super Bowl you've ever seen. Mike Carlin, you might not even watch the whole game. You probably fell asleep. It was so boring. So, and there was a lot of people who fell asleep watching that game. You can win a championship with defense. We got to stop acting like if the offense doesn't figure it out, they are done. No. You can win a championship with the defense. Now, is the offense capable of getting better? Absolutely. Have we seen them play better? 100%. But I'm not going to act like just because there's drama on the offensive side of the room is going to negate the defense. Because I've been saying this all week, Mike Carlin. I know you're not going to hold opponents forever to 10 or fewer points. But there's no reason why you can't hold them to 17 and still win the game.
I think you're exactly right with that. I'm also, and we'll get into it, I think there's a hell of a lot more importance to this game than A.J. Brown this week and our offense. Okay? Lane Johnson's out, guys. It's like no one talks about that. No one talks how important he is to that line. We're already saying the offensive line is not what they were last year. We're already saying about the play calling and all that wasn't last. Lane Johnson is the most important person in that line. Everybody says the center is. Guess what? The center right now is questionable. We haven't said if Jerkins is going to play.
Yeah, he is questionable. He did practice this week, so that was good. But
that's questionable.
He still needs to be cleared by 4 p.m. today in order to play tomorrow.
Right. So think about our line. But Lane Johnson, by him not playing, is a huge, huge point of this game. Not A.J. Brown to me. Guys, we're 8-2. Okay? Look at the teams. And it wasn't like we're 8-2 and we're beating teams like Charlotte and Atlanta. I mean, we're beating good. We're beating the Rams that are supposed to. If we're not in the Super Bowl, they're the next in Vegas. They're the next best pick.
They are.
We beat them. Okay, Tampa Bay, we beat them. Green Bay, we beat them.
In Tampa,
Detroit,
by the way.
All these teams we have beaten. I am not worrying. I think everything will come together. Do I think our offensive line is as good as last year? Like I said, no. Do I think the play calling and the new offensive coordinator is a big deal? Yes. Do I think that Jalen is changing plays at the line of scrimmage? But that's all we've been talking about. Guess what? He probably is. Tell me another big-time quarterback that's not doing the same thing. Everybody goes up and changes the plays. So I don't look at and listen to all that kind of stuff. I look to see what's real. And what's real this week for me, the key is Lane Johnson being out of this game. You should be very concerned if you're an Eagles fan.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the stat here. I had it in my article at 97.3 ESPN.com. What is Lane's record? So the Eagles overall, Mike Carlin, since he was drafted in 2013, they are 15-24 when he does not start at right tackle. So,
and he hasn't given up a sack.
And he has given up a sack this year.
Given up a sack.
I think he's given up the stat was 2 sacks in the last 3 years. I think it is like some crazy stat like that. So he is vitally important. You mentioned Jurgens. He is important, but they're also important because for as much as we have criticized the Cowboys defense, Mike Carlin, did you know that the Dallas Cowboys lead the NFL in quarterback pressures? They have 49 quarterback hurries, the best of the NFL. They are second in quarterback pressures, 114. So now, if you're without Lane and you're without Jurgens, right? Now you're going to be against the Cowboys defense. Can they be scored on? Yes, they are one of the worst scoring defenses in the league. But do they get pressure on the quarterback? The numbers show that they do. And if you already have an offensive line that's diminished, that's not 100%, now you're saying South Jersey's own Donovan Ezaraku, you're telling the new acquisition, Quinnen Williams, you're telling Kenny Clark, come get our quarterback. You're basically almost inviting them into the house.
Correct. And for me, I look at the other way. You know what that tells me? Get the ball out of Hurts' hands right away, and it should be Barkley all day. All day.
And I think the ball. And I think to your point about getting the ball out of Hurts' hand, I think that's part of the reason why, if you are the Eagles, the reports that came out this week are frustrating. Not because they're accurate or inaccurate. Because, listen, Derek Gunn, he's one of the best on planet Earth. If Derek Gunn says it, it's gospel, okay? But, you know, it's one of those deals where if Gunn says it, it's gospel. But I'm not worried about Derek Gunn. I'm worried about what the players respond to the reporting. How do the players respond tomorrow, Mike Carlin? The fact that this stuff leaked out to the media. What do they do in that situation? That's my question.
I think when they step on the field, they play football, Josh. I don't think they have anything thinking other than that. I don't think there's anybody in the huddle coming back after a play. Let's just say Justin Herbert does change the play. Okay, you think anybody's getting back in the huddle and asking him why he did that?
Well, that's part of the problem, is that when Hurts leaves the huddle, when he leaves the field, he doesn't talk to his teammates most of the time. He's talking to the coordinator. And then the players left talking to each other. And that's part of the criticism. And that is, the reporting is that they practice one way all week. And then on game day, he changes things. Now, is he changing things because there's 3 reasons, right? Number 1, is he changing things because he sees something and he's trying to take advantage of it? Number 2, is he changing things because Kevin Patullo is an idiot and he realizes that he's got to make other moves because the OC doesn't know what he's doing? And then number 3, is he making changes because he's actually not comfortable in the offense, having his 10th different coordinator in his ear in the last decade?
I think he's comfortable. I don't think he has. I think it all comes back to the line, Josh. I really do. I think the line, and I think he's been told so many times, maybe this coordinator, watch every pass you throw. So now he's scared of that throwing an interception. I think they're the 2 keys. 609-403-0973 is the text board. We'll get to the text right now in just a minute as we are live here at Tropicana Atlantic City inside the Gridiron Pit with large high screen definition TV. And these TVs are massive over here. Looking to my left where I'm sitting here at Tropicana Atlantic City, we got, what is that? Virginia Tech versus Miami. I see Ohio State, Rutgers. I can't see what this is. Is that Ohio? Is that Oklahoma, Missouri on the end there, Vince? I can't see it from here, but I think it is on the TV over there. No, on the end, I think it's Missouri, Oklahoma. Poor Vince, he's having to run over. The angle that we're sitting in is not so. Like, if you come down the Gridiron Pit, the TVs are right in front of you. We're like sitting to the side of the TVs. That's what I thought. Okay, yeah. Let's get to the text board at 609-403-0973. Ray and EHD chimes in on the text board and says, it's funny. I was going to say it's going to be at least a 17-10 game, but I don't know, man. Every time we talk about Jalen Hurts, he comes out the next game and throws for 400 yards. And
goes on to see, is that what you all wanted to see? So I'm not sure what's going to happen this time. That's a great point by Ray and EHT, because sometimes we forget in the world of sports that when you have a quarterback, right? When you have a team that is built a certain way, they can explode at any time. So is Jalen Hurts going to be the kind of guy who just goes off, right? Is Jalen going to be the kind of guy who says, hey, man, today's the day we're going to take advantage of this Dallas defense? I don't know. It's a very good point. I mean, I'm leaning toward a lower scoring game because of the O-line issues, because of all the stuff this team is dealing with. I'm leaning toward a low scoring game, like you said, Regan HT, but I tend to think that this is more of maybe a in between, not a high scoring, not an uber low scoring game, because Dallas can score points. And for as great as Eagles defense has been, listen, I do understand they're not going to not give up points forever. Let's get one more text in here at 609-403-0973. Text says, I'm nervous about Sunday at Dallas. I don't know what to expect. I hope the Eagles win. Eagles are 15. Yeah, we mentioned this without Lane. Dak is tough at home. Dak actually, I think he's won, was it 20 of their last 24 games at home against the NFC East. So Dak is very, very good at home, which is odd because you don't ever think of Dallas as a good home field advantage. You know, those fans are about as uninterested at times as any fan base. It's like them, Las Vegas, and a Los Angeles Chargers game. Like those teams are just like, people are there to be seen. They're not there for the football team.
If they're losing at halftime, they go home.
Right, they go home, or in Vegas they go to the casino.
Yeah. And you were talking about the, you know what the over and under is for this game? Vegas thinks it's going to be high scoring, 47.5.
And I think that's why for me, and we'll get to the picks a little bit later, but I'm leaning under because I think that the Eagles are going to have trouble with the offense. They had trouble all year, right?
The last two games against good teams.
And you mentioned that if they don't have Juergens, that is a huge detriment as well. And then Dallas has been shut down this year. Do you want to know the teams that shut them down this year? The Chicago Bears and the Arizona Cardinals. Do you think the Eagles defense is better than the Bears and the Cardinals?
I do.
So I think the Eagles defense can slow down Dallas's offense, because if two teams that are lesser than you did it, you could do it. Number one. Number two, do you remember who the Arizona Cardinals head coach is?
Tell me.
Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah, that's right, for the Eagles.
Gannon runs a version of Vic Fangio's defense. When the Eagles went to Super Bowl 57 and lost to the Chiefs, you know what happened? Vic Fangio was the consultant for Gannon on the defense that set the NFL record for sacks in a season. So it's Gannon's system, it's Fangio's system that have slowed down Dallas. And by the way, we saw what happened in week 1 when Dallas only scored 20. I know people are going to say, oh, the rain delay, the this, the that. I don't want to hear about that.
Right.
Because you have to play the team that's in front of you. You know, one of the reasons why James Franklin got fired at Penn State is because the team didn't show up in some big moments. They were losing games they should win. So it's funny how we criticize the Eagles when they don't win aesthetically pleasing, but then we get somebody else fired for their team losing games they should win.
Did you, and I'm going to switch it a little bit, stay here, but you brought up Penn State, and a lot of people know I'm a huge Penn State fan. They're all saying, Mike, what you think? And I tell people, you know what I thought? I thought the same things when we got rid of Andy Reid. I thought it was just time to go. Remember, it was just time to go for Andy to leave the Eagles after winning division title every year. Okay, it was just time to go. For Penn State people, it was time for Franklin to go.
Yeah.
He had a great run. Nothing bad to say about it, but I think it was better for him to leave and better for Penn State. Who we're going to get, that I don't know. But where he landed is a perfect spot for him.
It's interesting because I think he's going to do well at Virginia Tech. As a side note, I really do. I think that Virginia Tech is the kind of school that Franklin can excel at.
Yeah.
Where, you know, he's a great recruiter. He knows how to get young men to come to the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah,
You know,
it's same as Penn State.
You know,
it's a small town in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, Blacksburg.
That's all they care about is football.
Nobody even knows where Blacksburg is unless you're either a football fan or you're a Virginia Tech alumni.
It's a great place.
So
got a lot of Rams fan here.
Yeah, that was interesting. Ohio State and Broncos.
Yeah,
that was it. You never know what you're going to see here at the Gridiron Pit.
But Penn State just yesterday it was announced they lost 19 commits already.
They did, and I think
they're going to go. They said Virginia Tech as of last week was rated 118th.
Yeah,
they said any day they're going to be in the top 25. It's just going to get better.
Yeah, exactly. And
he's in the ACC.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot easier.
Why would you want to go to the SEC? All those schools that they were thinking about, Arkansas and all that. I was like, why would you go there?
Well, that's why he got the Penn State job, because of what he did at Vanderbilt.
But I'm saying I won't want to go to the ACC. And people are going to say, oh, you don't want to play against the best. No. At that level, guess what? Put me in the ACC where I have to worry about Miami and Clemson. And right now, who knows what's going to happen to Clemson.
In today's world of college
football, you want to win that division and move on.
It's more important to make the postseason than it is if you win your conference. So if you go to the ACC, you make the postseason, and then anything can happen.
Exactly.
He's Mike Carlin. I'm Josh Hennig. This is Hanging with Hennig, broadcasting live from the Gridiron Pit inside Tropicana Atlantic City with the high-definition TVs, larger than life in front of the table games. Of course, we are broadcasting live. Eagles back in action tomorrow. Another big day in college football here on 97.3 ESPN. Coming up after Hanging with Hennig, we will go to Oklahoma versus Oregon, followed by Pitt versus Georgia Tech. Two massive games in the college football landscape. And, of course, Hanging with Hennig, as always, being brought to you by my friends over at Work of Art Construction. Make your home look brand new. Thanks to Art Master's 40 years of construction experience, he knows how to make your home look like a work of art. Give them a call at 609-788-4271 and learn more about how you can make your home look brand new. Beautify your home with a new back deck, a remodeled kitchen, or make over your entire bathroom. Give Art Masker a call, 609-788-4271. Tell them you heard about him with Josh Hennig and 97.3 ESPN and save 10% off your next job. Beautify your home with Work of Art Construction and save 10% when you mention me, Josh Hennig, and 97.3 ESPN. Call Art Masker at 609-788-4271. Coming up next, more football talk with Andy McNamara here with me, Josh Hennig, Mike Carlin, live at Tropicana Atlantic City, the Gridiron Pit, right next to the cashier's cage and adjacent to Chickies and Pete's here at Tropicana Atlantic City. 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle City, and streaming live on YouTube and X in the Dr. Squatch virtual studio.
Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's an ACC battle in primetime as the 16th-ranked Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets look to remain perfect at home as they host the surprising Pitt Panthers. Join J.P. Shadrick and 1992 Heisman Trophy winner Gino Torretta Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern.
It's College Football Saturday on 97.3 ESPN.
College Football Saturday, brought to you by First Bank of Seattle City.
This football season, catch every game at the best sports bar in South Jersey. Yesterday's Creekside Tavern in Marmora features every Eagles game with the sound on, along with the biggest college football games on their TVs every Saturday. Don't miss out on yesterday's nightly food specials starting at 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday, along with reverse happy hour specials 9 p.m. to close each week. Plus, with the Flyers and Sixers season starting up, the place to be to watch the game is yesterday's Creekside Tavern on Roosevelt Boulevard in Marmora. So call your friends and catch all the games at the Y.
Making your home look brand new is what Work of Art Construction can do for you. Ready to remodel your bathroom or have a kitchen makeover? Art Masker has 40 years of experience in construction and knows how to make your home look like a work of art. Want to install a new back deck or invest in a new front door? Just call Art Masker at 609-788-4271 to learn more. Visit Work of Art Construction on Instagram to see how Work of Art Construction can make your home look brand new. Beautify your home with Work of Art. Call him at 609-788-4271 and let them make your home truly a work of art.
Looking to lower your energy bills and boost home comfort? South Jersey Gas has you covered with a no-cost in-home, whole-home energy assessment. Our energy expert will review your home's energy efficiency and provide a personalized report of energy-saving improvements. Plus, you may also receive energy-efficient upgrades like faucet aerators, smart power strips, and LED light bulbs at no cost to you. Don't wait to save money and energy. Schedule your whole-home energy assessment today at sjgsaveenergy.com or call 201-690-7897 today.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Macy's just dropped tons of new Black Friday deals, and with more being added every week, you can save on top gifts now. Like exclusive beauty sets, 50% off. Men's and women's PJs, 40 to 60% off. Handbags, 40 to 50% off. Plus, diamonds, 60% off. So come into Macy's, beat the rush, and get your holiday shopping done early. Black Friday starts here at Macy's. Savings off select styles. Exclusions apply.
My brother, who's older, is a tough guy. He always gets me something, and I have to appreciate it. Hey, man, I got you this. It's a knife. It's a buck knife, like 11-inch Bowie knife. I know you like knives. I go, I do? He goes, well, at dinner, you're always like, can I have a knife?
David Spade, I Got a Feel For It tour. Saturday, March 7th, Ovation Hall and Ocean Casino Resort. Tickets are on sale now at theoceanac.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, a new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Caesars Sportsbook app is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on Gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open to new users in New Jersey who are 21 or older. Max bet at $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're hanging with Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN FM.
I want my picks back. I want David Putnam.
And on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
All my picks back, and I want David Putnam just because I feel like it.
You're out of your mind.
Yeah, I am. Haven't I proved that already?
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
Josh Hennig back at Tropicana Atlantic City along with Mike Carlin. We are in the Gridiron Pit here on 97.3 ESPN. And, of course, we have a Another great day of college football, all on the big screens here at Tropicana Atlantic City. And to get more into the football weekend, we got a big NFL slate of games tomorrow. Of course, the Eagles at Dallas Round 2 is part of that conversation. But fantasy football means we got to get more information from the man himself. Andy McNamara is back with us here on 97.3 ESPN. As Andy, you know what time of year it is. Fantasy football time means it's time to separate the people who were paying attention from the people who weren't.
Yes, exactly. Trade deadlines in my leagues, almost across the board. Trade deadline was either last night or this weekend or coming up real soon. This is where, you have to try to be aggressive. Here's the thing that always drives me nuts. This isn't real life where you have to build for the future. If you're a redraft, go for it, right? Don't be timid. You're in this to win a championship. Don't mail it in. Go for it, man. And even if you aren't a dynasty or keeper, if you're close, make it go. Because just like in real life, if you're always waiting till next year, always trying to build, you're never going to get there. So take a shot and let's have some fun with it. And it's going to be an interesting week, guys, because we got 4 teams on buys. We got the Broncos, Dolphins, Chargers, Commanders.
And, you mentioned about all the teams on the bye. And I think the biggest one of those teams, before we get to teams who are playing, Andy, what do you do if you're a Chargers guy? If you're somebody who has the Chargers in fantasy football, what are you doing? Because you saw how bad their offense looked last week without the 2 offensive tackles.
Yeah.
What are you telling people who are Justin Herbert owners, Keenan Allen owners, Ladd McConkey owners? Or maybe you're one of the poor saps like me who has Hampton on my IR, right? What are you telling people who are in these situations?
Boy, man, I know. What a debacle. To the Jaguars, no less. Okay, I don't care if you have offensive tackle trouble. You're putting up 6 points and letting them drop 35 on you, the Jacksonville Jaguars? Unacceptable. This is a Harbaugh coach team. Unacceptable. So for fantasy purposes, Hampton looks like he's going to be coming off the IR. Could be as soon. So this is kind of good and bad because I'm a Hampton owner as well. But you got Vidal who's sitting there. So it's like, does his value decrease? Does Hampton's increase? Or is it just going to be a schmoz because you have to work Hampton back in? This is a point where you might, if it's your trade deadline coming up, want to be floating some Chargers out there. Again, don't assume everybody in your league is paying attention. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Float it out there, see if you can get a conversation going and try to move some of these guys. Justin Herbert, I still think they'll figure out a way. Harbaugh's a very good coach, so I still think they'll figure it out at some point, some way. But Josh, this has just not been the offensive explosion that we've been hoping for and that we saw glimpses of earlier in the year.
I'm going to ask you about the Eagles because they're playing Dallas tomorrow. Yeah. They have probably been the bane of a lot of fantasy football and sports betting owners' existence, right? You get one of those. If you're one of those people who's like, I'm going to pick high numbers, right? Going to pick the overs. Someone who drafted A.J. Brown or Jalen Hurts, your fantasy team. It's not looking too good for you, right? So, moving forward, do you believe that they'll figure it out? Or is this a scenario whereas, for those who know, Andy's been coming on with me since 2019, 2018, you've been coming on with me. Jeez. And you have said numerous times over the years, there's a huge difference between the guy who wins in real football and the guy who wins in fantasy football. So are we starting to look at the Eagles as they win real football games, but they can't win you fantasy football games?
Well, it's a great question, right? And I think it goes down to star power. Like Devonta Smith is almost becoming more appealing than A.J. Brown. But at the same point, it always comes down to this for me. When we can complain and star XYZ isn't performing, the question always is, what's your other option? Who are you replacing him with? I can say, I don't want A.J. Brown playing. If my only option is Parker Washington of Jacksonville on my bench, probably going to take my shot with A.J. Brown, right? Like, it really depends. Where can you go? Can you make a trade? Can you pick somebody off of waivers? Did you plan for depth? If the answer is no, like in one of my leagues, I got A.J. Brown. Guys, I don't have a better option. I'm playing A.J. Brown, right? And hope that there's going to be something where he is able to be serviceable fantasy-wise. So it's a case where you don't have to like it. The old Macho Man saying, Randy Savage, You might not like it, but accept it, right? That's it. That's sometimes how it goes. So if you're not happy with it, try to make that trade. Add that waiver wire depth. See what you can do. But ultimately, like I said, in one of my leagues, I'm playing AJ Brown or it's Troy Franklin on a bye. That's my option.
Andy,
You know, so go AJ.
Andy, it's Michael.
Hey, Michael.
With the Eagles game this week, you know, with Lane Johnson being out, me and Josh were talking about, it's huge. Okay, to me, it changes the whole. We've already had problems with our offensive line. With him out, it's just more problems. And you got to get the ball out of Hurts' hands fast. So to me, it turns into a running game. If Barkley's ever going to have the game of his life for this year, this is it. Primetime TV against Dallas, who you grew up hating. Everybody hates. He's Philadelphia. I would think that this is the game that if you had Barkley, you try to, and if he's not on, you try to get him, because tomorrow or Sunday, it's tomorrow. I would think tomorrow is a running game for the Eagles, especially with Lane Johnson out.
Yeah. And in addition to that, especially in PPR, I think Saquon adds extra value because it's running game / those extended run plays where it could be a quick dump off from Jalen, right? So that combination, and I'm totally with you. And we look at the usage of Barkley this year. He's getting his touches, right? Like it's not like he's not, it's just not converting into the end zone. And I think those receptions, which have been surprisingly low, we're going to see an uptick in, because this is a case where you got to get, like you said, you got to get the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands quick. So what does that go to? That lends itself to the running back, lends itself to the tight end, quick outs. It could be a sneaky good, efficient, if you're in PPR fantasy, day if you're Eagles owners across the board. So I'm feeling kind of bullish.
And if you get past the line for Dallas, for tackling, they really go downhill.
Exactly.
And Barkley is so hard. Barkley will just be bouncing off those guys.
Well, that's what we were saying earlier. Andy McNamara joining us, of course, at AndyMC81 on the Twitter X platform, at AndyMC Sports on Instagram, the host of the Sick Podcast. Like, subscribe, and download wherever you get your podcasts. Of course, the Sunday morning show, 10 a.m. on YouTube. Andy, I mentioned before you came on, Dallas, one of the worst scoring defenses in football.
Mm-hmm.
But did you know they're one of the best pass rush defenses? They lead the NFL in quarterback hurries. They're number 2 in quarterback pressures. So it's like, okay, they can pressure the quarterback, but once the quarterback gets it out of his hand, they can't stop him. So it's like, it's such a weird conundrum because, as Mike said, no Lane Johnson. That's a huge deal coming into this game, right? Cam Jurgens might play, might not play. We don't know. We're going to find out. That's another part of this conversation. So there's a lot of layers that go into this game tomorrow. And it's like, I can't promise you anything in fantasy football tomorrow.
Well, you're not wrong. But what we have to hope is that Nick Sirianni, smart offensive mind, right? Some Eagles fans disagree with that at times, but overall, smart guy, right? So he knows this, and the Cowboys know this. This is what I love, the gamesmanship of it, right? So everybody knows these offensive line issues and the pass rush for the Dallas Cowboys. So how do they get around it? And I think it comes back to what we were just saying. You get the ball out quick, and if you can get to that second level, you're golden, man. So I'm feeling pretty confident, and I think we see a big rebound day fantasy-wise and real-life-wise for Dallas Goedert, who was hot and has kind of cooled since the bye a little bit. But I think we get the ball in his hands, Barkley's hands, you get to that next level. And then, of course, Jalen's mobile, right? Just create some space, have him freestyle a little bit there. And I think if we're looking betting size too, like anytime TD, Jalen Hurts maybe as well, right? Might be scrambling and have to freestyle. So, I think that's a good. I got a really good hot Browns anytime touchdown for you guys later too, if you want. Like real deep dive, guys.
Well, okay? I do have to ask you about the Browns. We will get to that because they're playing the Raiders, and Shedeur Sanders is getting the start tomorrow. Yeah. But I want to ask you about another NFC East team that's playing tomorrow, because our boy Jameis is getting one more start.
Woo.
And you know what? Maybe if Hyatt didn't quit on that route, and maybe if the other receiver, Slayton, didn't drop the touchdown pass, maybe the Giants would have won that game last week. But instead, they barely covered the spread thanks to the hook. Now you got a Lions team. They're still without half their secondary, Andy. They are injured. They are banged up. Is this an opportunity if you're looking for a streaming option, right? Maybe Herbert's on a bye. Maybe you say, I'm done with Jalen Hurts. Maybe you're saying, Aaron Rodgers, I can't trust your broken hand, right? Maybe if you're one of these people who's got someone on bye or otherwise, Are you looking at Jameis as a streaming option tomorrow in Detroit, indoors in the Dome?
Boy, I would say my first instinct to say yes, but I was so disappointed. And you said it correctly. I quit on that route. But still, I didn't see big Jameis numbers, right? Like I got no touchdowns out of Jameis. I'm fine getting 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions for 350. Come on. I want a Jameis game. And then we could talk ourselves in that. I'm seeing Lions defense ranks 8th in passing yards allowed this season. So banged up. So what does that stat mean in a vacuum, right? There's an opportunity. I personally, and I'm going to see the availability. By the way, Jameis Winston is available in 97% of ESPN fantasy leagues. So if you want Jameis, you can have Jameis. He is sitting there waiting for you. The other guy I like more, Jacoby Brissett. We talked about him last week too. And guys, added in his ownership went up 25% since waivers hit on Wednesday. 25% now rostered in 59% of leagues. This guy has been a fantasy machine since week 6, having no fewer than 19.4 fantasy points and popping as high as 24.5. Jacoby Brissett versus the Jags. Let's go. That's my top pick there. I think, God, how are we saying these things, right? But it's true.
Well, you just brought the Cardinals. I had Wilson on my bench last week, and I lost in one of my fantasy leagues. I picked him up because Marvin Harrison Jr. But then I talked myself out of starting him. So Can you talk me into starting him this week, or should I talk myself out of it again?
So are you saying, Josh, you did not anticipate the 18 target, 15 catch, 185 yard day for Michael Wilson? That didn't pop?
You didn't see that coming?
Didn't see that one coming for you? Considering he'd received no more than 7 targets this whole season in a game? No.
Didn't see it.
I don't. I think it's safe to say that's probably an outrageous outlier. But at the same point, Jacoby's cooking. While we're not going to get 15 catches again, could we see him be his favorite target again? I don't think that's unreasonable. You put him in. Now, the thing is, Michael Wilson literally has not reached double-digit fantasy points this season in any other game. So there's a risk. But this is a case where I think if we're probably going to find out more, I wouldn't rush to start him. But if you're kind of like, okay, it's a guy, there is a definite boom factor here with Michael Wilson.
Couple more for Andy McNamara here as we wrap it up for NFL Week 12. I mentioned the Browns.
Yeah.
I picked up Harold Fannin Jr. on waivers, one of my leagues.
Okay.
I got to admit it because I don't think Shedeur is going to look as bad as he did last week. I think that with a full week of reps under his belt, and frankly, the Raiders defense is not very good. So I think it's an opportunity. I'm not playing Shedeur. I'm not that crazy. But,
Good.
But I'm saying maybe the pass targets for him are going to get some volume. I mean, are you looking at the Fannins, the Judys? Are you looking at them as streaming or flex options?
I'd say the best play out of this whole game is the Browns defense, the Browns DST. Myles Garrett, oh my. Like this dude could be with the Raiders offense. Their offensive line was bad, and now their 2 best bad O-line are out. Okay, so you go bad offensive line, and then the 2 best bad are out to get even worse. So like Myles Garrett, feast game. I think the DST of the Browns is probably the best fantasy play in this game. To go to Harold Fannin, only in PPR formats, really needs to get in the end zone. And the difference here is going to be at least Shedeur throws it more than 5 freaking yards, unlike my 5'9" Hawaiian Dylan Gabriel. He might get picked off, but he's going to at least chuck it a bit. He likes to play out of structure a little bit, get moving. I think we see some exciting plays. I'd be more comfortable Harold Fannin Jr. than Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy should have an opportunity. But the offense has just been so lethargic. Like I'd be doing a disservice to say play Jerry Jeudy if you can't. Again, he should, but a lot of shoulds could have happened in this game. I'll tell you one guy, not to play in fantasy. Anytime touchdown, listeners, I'm telling you, I've been right on my 2 other Browns anytime touchdown plays this year. First was Rocket Sanders in week 1. It was like, this guy, Raheem Sanders. I said, this guy's getting a touchdown if he gets to the 1. Touchdown. And it was like plus 1,000. Then David Njoku re-signed with the Browns. He hadn't had a touchdown in seemed like forever. Touchdown. The number at plus 2,031. Gage Lavardane. Gage Lavardane. Lavardane. Undrafted rookie wide receiver. Why? Because Shedeur Sanders said the first time he had any first-team reps was against the Ravens last week. He said, Lavardane's my guy. I've been practicing with him forever in this system, and he's the guy. Reminds me of Baker Mayfield and Hollywood Higgins back in the day, where Hollywood Higgins became a fantasy darling for a little bit. Lavardane dropped he didn't drop. He caught the pass and he got punched out last week. Would have tied the game against Baltimore. Shadeur's going to go back to him. Lavardane's going to get a touchdown. I'm telling you. Plus 2,031. Put a $5 on it. See what happens.
Andy, guess what? Remember, we're at a casino here. We got people listening, and people are all coming around writing notes.
Yes.
So they're
guys, I'm telling you. Lavardane.
And I know Nick Earnshaw back in the studio. He's probably writing it down as well because he took your last pick and ran with it. So
he did. That's right, Nick. Come on, Nicky. Let's go, boys. Everybody listen at the casino. Let's go. Lavardane. Come on.
Andy, of course, tomorrow morning, the Sick Podcast. Plug the show tomorrow. What do you got going on?
Yes, sir. Well, we got, live 10 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, The Sick Podcast with Andy McNamara on X at SickPod Browns. Jump in. We do our live fantasy football start sits. Hashtag Ask Andy. Get your questions in on X at AndyMC81 at SickPod Browns. Instagram at AndyMC Sports. Use the hashtag Ask Andy. We answer the questions live, react to the live injury updates and lineup changes. Also, the parlay party. We build the ultimate NFL betting ticket. And, of course, we're going to tee up some Browns Raiders plays as well and have a lot of fun. So jump in the chat. Love when you guys all jump in the chat. So jump in. Let's have some fun tomorrow.
Andy, great stuff today. Talk soon.
All right, buddy. Talk to you guys. Bye-bye.
Of course, Andy McNamara's appearance here on Hanging with Hennig being brought to you by the best sports bar in South Jersey. Yesterday's Creekside Tavern on Roosevelt Boulevard in Marmora. Catch every Eagles game with the sound on inside the bar or on the back deck. Also, don't forget about their nightly food specials starting at 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday, along with reverse happy hour specials, 9 p.m. to close each week. So whether it's college football Saturdays, NFL, Sunday, Monday night, Thursday football, the place to be when you are around Ocean City, in Cape May County, or any place in between. We love going to Yesterday's Creekside Tavern on Roosevelt Boulevard in Marmora. Along with Mike Carlin, I'm Josh Hennig. We're hanging out at Tropicana Atlantic City inside the Gridiron Pit. Of course, we have all the big college football games on the screens. I see people playing at the table games while watching the games. And, of course, we got more to come, more Eagles, more NFL, more college football, and some Sixers talk still to come. Don't forget, 1992 Heisman Trophy winner Gino Torretta joins us coming up at 1:25. Josh Hennig, Mike Carlin, live at Tropicana Atlantic City on 97.3 ESPN FM, streaming live on YouTube and X in the Dr. Squatch virtual studio.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles continue the 2025 season tomorrow in Dallas against their NFC East rivals, the Cowboys.
You don't do that. You don't help Cowboys to their feet.
Pre-game coverage starts at 3 p.m. with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick calling all the action starting at 4:25. This is where the Eagles play. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station.
Get ready to level up your game day at Tropicana Atlantic City. Introducing Gridiron Pit, powered by Caesars Sportsbook, a high-energy fan zone where blackjack meets big screens, bold bites, and big wins. Play your hand, catch every snap, indulge in tailgate-inspired food and drinks, and spin the big wheel of prizes. Every Saturday and Sunday throughout football season, Gridiron Pit, where the thrill of the game meets the rush of the table. Located near the cashier cage. Learn more at Caesars.com. Must be 21 or older. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tired of cooking and planning all of your meals each and every day? You need Prevail Nutrition to simplify your life. For almost a decade, Prevail Nutrition is a local meal prep company located in South Jersey that allows customers to design their own meal plan. Or you can choose from a wide variety of chef-designed meals on their weekly changing Prevail Selects menu. You can order online for pickup or get free delivery on orders of over $50. Prevail Nutrition delivers to Atlantic and Cumberland counties along with Ocean City. Or you can pick up your meals every Monday and Friday. Learn more about how Prevail Nutrition can simplify your life. Visit their website at prevailnutrition.club. Check out Prevail Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram. Prevail Nutrition is my go-to choice for prepared meals and foods. Order online, like me, at prevailnutrition.club.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we've reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase.
I just paid hundreds for this flight, and you can't even throw an internet? I'll just take the free pretzels.
Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale.
I'm just gonna sleep.
In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well.
I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Winter is approaching. Are you prepared? Don't get left in the dark. Calvi Electric, a certified Generac dealer, has you covered. From installation to maintenance, they're your go-to experts for Generac generators, ensuring your home stays powered through any storm. A Generac home standby generator will automatically restore power to your home during an outage, so your life goes on uninterrupted. Put your trust in Calvi Electric, the premier electrical contractor, serving South Jersey for over 115 years. Visit calvielectric.com today and stay ahead of any storm.
Target brings more taste, more flavor, and more deals to your Thanksgiving table. Save big on affordable holiday crowd pleasers, like select elevated sides and appetizers from Good & Gather for only $4.99. Favorite day pies for a sweet finishing touch, also just $4.99. And don't forget, great tasting turkey for only 79 cents a pound. So many cravings, so many ways to save. Step into the holidays and elevate your Thanksgiving today. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Bush, the iconic band. One night, all their classics. Featuring songs from their hot new album, I Beat Loneliness, as well as all of the fan favorites. Saturday, December 13th, Ovation Hall in Ocean Casino Resort. Special guest, Soul Asylum. Bush. Tickets on sale now at theoceanac.com. Don't miss Bush. Live.
Black Friday savings are here at the Home Depot, which means it's time to add new cordless power to your collection. Right now, when you buy a select battery kit from one of our top brands like Ryobi or Milwaukee, you'll get a select tool from that same brand for free. Click into one of our best deals of the season and stock up on tools for all your upcoming projects. Get Black Friday savings happening now at the Home Depot. Limit 1 per transaction. Exclusions apply. Full eligible tool list in-store and online.
Sun Valley Pools of Vineland wants to welcome you to Fan Zone. They're Vineland, New Jersey's go-to spot for licensed NFL, NHL, NBA, and MLB products. They've got you covered if you collect licensed sports products or if you're a fan who needs some gear. Looking for the perfect piece for your fan cave? They have everything you'll need to make sure your fan cave is decked out in your favorite gear this football season. They're proud sponsors of the Philadelphia Eagles Radio Network. They're located at 29 West Sherman Avenue in Vineland. Visit them at sunvalleypoolsfanzone.com.
Hey, nice job, Pete. I like those clean lines. Fellas, do we have anyone that can get to Greenport today?
At Corey's Landscaping, the staffing plan is in the weeds.
Anthony, we need that leaf blower over here. 3 more new customer requests just came in. Who wants to work some overtime?
He needs to dig up quality landscapers and fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Caesars Sportsbook app is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on Gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open to new users in New Jersey who are 21 or older. Max bet of $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're hanging with Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN FM.
Hey, you know what? There's another name you might know me by. Star-Lord.
And on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Who? Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw.
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
Josh Hennig, Mike Carlin back here at Tropicana Atlantic City here on 97.3 ESPN. And you just heard McNamara mention Gage Lavarnane. Well, you might want to jump on the Caesars Sportsbook, the only sportsbook app offering you Caesars rewards. You can bet on all the gridiron action in college and the NFL. and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using my promo code Radio20X. Place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open to new users in New Jersey who are 21 or older. Max bet at $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings, $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. We're almost done with hour number one, Mike Carlin. I thought one of the interesting things that Andy told us there during that segment was about, how he said, if the Eagles could just get Saquon going. And I couldn't get that out of my head, Mike, because we've all been feeling the same thing, right? If we can just get Saquon to do his job and get out there,
the clock,
not just eat the clock, but have productive runs. Remember last year, he would wear a defense down and then break him in the second half. Well, the offensive line has struggled to get him the openings that he had last year. So if they could just get a little, maybe that will offset the pass rush, right, of the Cowboys.
That's how I started the show. Remember I said we got it. Tomorrow is Barkley's day. And because of how we know Hurts has been playing with the calls and all that BS, I call it, just give him the ball and let him run, okay? Give him the ball, and then trust me, if he starts running or a little swing pass to him to get him out in the open, he'll be bouncing off people.
Yep.
Then everything else will open up if we can just get the run going right away.
When you think about it as well, and we'll dig deeper in this on the other side, text board is open at 609-403-0973. But the other part of the conversation, Mike, is, and I hate putting it out there this way, but, and Nick, if you could just shoot me a text, let me know if you have the board in front of you. The comment from A.J. Brown yesterday, where he name dropped Saquon when he's asked about, his productivity. And it was such a side swipe. Well,
they were asking him about his.
Right. And then he says, well, do you think Saquon is diminished? And it was such a stray. And I'm almost starting to wonder, is there maybe a little jealousy going on there? Is there maybe a little bit? Saquon's in 20 million commercial.
He is a wide receiver. Remember, they're all a little crazy up there.
They're all a little crazy. They're all divas up there. So I definitely wonder.
I think he just got tired of questions. It was like, if you're going to question me, why aren't we questioning Saquon? I mean, is he having the year that he had last year? No. Okay. But again, get back to the big picture. And I think that's probably why the owner came down to talk to him. Guys, we're 8-2 when we're beating good teams.
That story yesterday was absolutely nuts. Sorry, last Sunday was absolutely nuts. I woke up to that story and I'm reading it like, am I still half asleep? Like, is this thing real? I mean,
he doesn't do that usually. The owner's very
not just that, but there's a lot of people who are tired of this stuff in that organization, and they want to move on. They
They will. Trust me. At the end of the year, they will. Win or lose. If I had to guess, AJ's gone.
He's Mike Carlin. I'm Josh Hennig. We're broadcasting live from the Gridiron Pit inside Tropicana Atlantic City, right next to Chickies and Beach, behind the cashier's cage. Massive TVs for college football action. The cable games are running and ready for you to join in. And of course, your opportunity to win prizes when you come out. Get prizes to restaurants inside Tropicana Atlantic City. Our guy Vince, he's signing people up for the giveaway we'll do in the 2 o'clock hour. But hour number 2 coming up next. Josh Hennig, Mike Carlin, hanging out with you on 97.3 ESPN.
For 23 years, we've helped athletes at all levels at Clemic Performance Method, from youth to pros, increase maximum velocity, acceleration, vertical leaps, and general physical preparedness. We offer youth, high school, and pro college classes. Our proven results have earned national recognition from NFL coaches, sponsors, and a feature on ESPN Radio's Sports Science segment. You can contact me directly at 609-742-6190, or as always, visit us on our website, ClemicPerformanceMethod.com.
We all know that Thanksgiving can turn into an all-day eating marathon, but you can enjoy the feast without feeling stuffed. Start your day with a light breakfast so you're not starving when dinner is served. Skip the appetizers and at dinner load up on vegetables and lean turkey first, and then try smaller portions of heavier dishes. Enjoy the conversation, be mindful, and eat slowly. Try putting your fork down between bites. and savor each flavor. And remember, seconds taste just as good the next day. Finally, a short walk after dinner helps keep you from heading straight to the couch. Thanksgiving is about gratitude and connection. So this Thanksgiving, the only thing that should be stuffed is the turkey. I'm Robin Stoloff for Health Update.
It's ACUA's 35th Holiday Food Drive. Leave a clearly marked bag of canned goods by your recycling can on Collection Day during the first 2 weeks of December, and the ACUA will deliver it to the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. Visit acua.com/food drive for details.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Gill from the Sports Bash. You know, I've been telling you about my friends over at the Nizam's Restaurant. Well, don't forget, their Eagles special is back. You get a free order of spicy tandoori chicken wings for dine-in customers when the Eagles win. They also have a great lunch buffet on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and has a great banquet space that can seat up to 100 people for private events and celebrations. So what are you waiting for? Try out the Nizam's in Harbor Square, Egg Harbor Township, right outside of Boscov's.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Looking to lower your energy bills and boost home comfort? South Jersey Gas has you covered with a no-cost in-home, whole-home energy assessment. Our energy expert will review your home's energy efficiency and provide a personalized report of energy-saving improvements. Plus, you may also receive energy-efficient upgrades like faucet aerators, smart power strips, and LED light bulbs at no cost to you. Don't wait to save money and energy. Schedule your whole-home energy assessment today at sjgsaveenergy.com or call 201-690-7897 today.
Home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They've got him! It's a sack!
Sixers.
Oh, baby!
And Flyers.
He scored!
97.3 ESPN. WENJ. WENJ HD. Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Finally! This is Hanging with Hennig.
I have friends everywhere.
On 97.3 ESPN Radio, South Jersey.
In New Jersey. Am I right? Yeah.
Live feed on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
It seems to run on some form of electricity. Well, you're not wrong.
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
The internet is a communications tool used the world over where people can come together.
Now, here's your host.
He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Josh Hennig.
Hour 2 of Hanging with Hennig, broadcasting live for the Gridiron Pit inside Tropicana Atlantic City. Along with Mike Carlin, we are in hour number 2 of the show. Coming up in about 25 minutes from now, we will be talking with 1992 Heisman Trophy winner Gino Torretta will be joining us here on 97.3 ESPN. Oh boy.
What?
We got updates.
You hear Joe Burrow's not playing.
Oh, no. I don't mean that update.
Oh.
I didn't expect, really quick, the Joe Burrow thing is hilarious, so we'll get to that a little bit later. That's more of a nuanced conversation. But no, we got some Sixers news. Mike Carlin's already rolling his eyes. He's like, I don't want to be a
let me can I guess? Paul George played 21 minutes last night? He's hurt. He can't play.
No, it's about Embiid.
Oh, it's going to be better.
Right.
He's out until February 1st now. Something's wrong.
Keith Pompey, of course, been covering the Sixers for a very long time. I argue if he's at the best, he's one of the best at covering the team. He says Joel Embiid still has soreness in his right knee. The doctors have determined the Sixers said it's heading in the right direction. And Embiid, who has missed the last 6 games, he is not going to play this weekend. Great. They're playing tomorrow, 1:00. For a lot of people out there going to watch the Sixers game and then they're going to flip it over to the Eagles.
Isn't that against the Heat tomorrow?
Yep. You can hear the game, by the way, right on our sister station, Rock 104.1 will carry that game tomorrow. But yeah, still no more Embiid. I didn't plan to open the show with this conversation, but I was listening to Billy Schweim and Nick Earnshaw and Mr. Negadelphia earlier on 97.3 ESPN before us, and I'm starting to feel I'm conflicted, Mike Carlin. Here's why. I understand the idea of the team looks more fluid without Embiid, right? They look more like a basketball team that plays in the 21st century.
Right. The ball's moving around. People are touching it.
Because it seems to stop with Joel. But at the same time, I do believe that Embiid can be a part of this team if Embiid is willing to accept that he is no longer MVP award-winning Embiid. If Joel's willing to buy in to the idea that this is Maxi's team now, this is VJ's team now, and that him and Paul George are not the primary actors, that they are the number 2 guy or the number 3 guy in certain situations, I think this whole situation can be perfectly fine. Because again, we talked about this before. You and me have talked about this, Mike. I look at a guy like Joel and say, why can't he be Shaq on the Miami Heat? Why can't he be Kareem on the 1980s Lakers? Why can't he be second fiddle to the young star?
Because he can't get on the floor.
Well, there's that.
You're talking about 2 guys that took a back seat, but were sitting ready to play at any moment.
Right.
Not play Wednesday. Hopefully I can't play tomorrow. Can't play the next day. We'll see what happens next week. Those guys all were players. They just knew that the time had caught up to them to be more of a team player, not a dominant player.
Right.
Okay. Embiid's not at that point because he's not on the court. You got to play to be a player, to be a teammate. I don't know what's so hard to understand, that this guy is going to be hurt for the rest of his life. It's not going to change. So you decide what you want to get out of him, and move on. But this talking about him, well, I mean, if I was on that team, I'd be going nuts if I was a player. Okay, this team is great to watch. I said it from the very beginning. I said Maxey is an all-star right now, and he's just going to get better and better and better. Can he score 30, 40 points a night? Absolutely. Okay. If you want to watch a good game, it's almost like watching Iron Iverson. In those years that we were terrible, but he was scoring 35, 40 points. He got everybody all excited. Maxey's even better than Iverson because he has nothing off the court. Remember back then we had a lot of stuff off the court. Why does he do this? Why does he do that? He's in trouble. Blah, blah, blah. Maxey's the poster boy for the NBA right now. They keep saying who's going to be the face for in the future. Maxey could be. He's got the best smile. I mean, he's like a model.
So really quick. So why does he not get more pub hype for MVP?
I don't have an answer for that, but it's going to start. Trust me, after 54 points, it's going to start.
All week, I've had to listen to you here on 97.3 ESPN. Every time Maxey's name gets brought up, every time, okay, that there is a conversation about, and Nick, if you're back in the studio, can you pop on your camera so we can talk with you about this? Because I'm not 100% with Earnshaw, but I am partly with you in this, Nick. And that is, I've looked at the Maxey thing and said, I don't know if he's winning MVP, Nick, but I'm tired of present company excluded. I'm tired of these old heads telling me Maxey can't win MVP. Maxey's not an MVP candidate. And then we hear names like Sengun and Jokic. And I'm like, hold on. When did only big men become MVP award winners? Didn't Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just win the award last year? I am absolutely perplexed, Nick.
Remember, Josh, remember, the MVP stands for what? He could be the leading scorer in the league if he keeps scoring like this. But you don't give the leading scorer in the league the MVP just because he's the leading scorer.
But what you just said is part of the problem. Because part of the problem is that we don't give the award to the most valuable player every year. We give the award to the most outstanding player most of these years. Do you really think James Harden was the MVP some of those years? Do you really think that some of these guys was Karl Malone the most valuable player in the 90s on the Jazz? Okay. Are you like I can name names here, okay,
Right.
but let's get Nick into
But typically the last couple of years, they've come from a winning team that's typically either went to the finals or won the finals. That's who an MVP is. He carries the team to where you have to win it.
But you vote on the award before the season ends, so you don't know what the postseason run is going to be.
That's a problem.
And if the Sixers win 49, 50 games and Maxiak keeps having these numbers, are you going to tell me, oh, we're going to give it to Sengun? Like, Earnshaw, help me out here.
All right. Thanks, guys. Listen, this is a fun conversation because Tyrese Maxey's been unbelievable to start the year. He's playing a lot of minutes, too, so far. He has been the most valuable player for the 76ers. There's no doubt about it. He has been massive for them this year. He's taken a step forward. And Gil and I talked about this yesterday on the Nuggets. Like, never really thought he'd be that type of player. Always thought he'd be a good number 2 option. But right now, I'm shocked at the disrespect that he's gotten. He has carried the 76ers this year. He's won games for them. He's scoring lights out, and he's playing all these minutes. Yeah, he should be getting a nice look for MVP at the moment right now. And if they continue to win, I don't know why he wouldn't be. And he doesn't. And Gil brought up a good point yesterday. He doesn't get calls still, which is crazy. He's been in the league for how long? He's 25 years young, and he's only ascending.
I will say really quick, and Mike, you can speak this even better than I can. There's a lot of guys, once they don't get calls at all until they get to like almost 30 years old, a lot of these guys, right?
They still look at them as kids because look at the age of the referees.
Right.
That's the problem, guys.
Yeah.
But Nick's right about everything he says. I mean, Maxey right now is one of the top players in the league. Forget our conference, forget the team. In the league, he's one of the top players. Look at this game the other night. 54 points. He shot 18 for 30. It's like 60%. I mean,
all right, really quick. Here are the MVP odds. So I pulled up my trusty Caesar Sportsbook app. Use promo code Radio20X to get
good
your
job by
bonus
you.
bets. What's that?
What do we got?
I said it was a good job by you.
Well, you distracted me there for a second. You're like the voice of God coming through my ear, even though I can see you if you're watching on YouTube and X in the Dr. Squatch virtual studios. So the number one MVP is Jokic. I feel like that's like the betting favorite no matter what until the guy retires, right?
Okay.
Number 2 is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Understandably, he won the award last year, and he's amazing. Number 3 is Luka. He's having a great year with the Lakers. Mm-hmm. So I'm willing. If you were to tell me that Luka was the MVP this year, I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, no
I'm
problem.
not against that. Number 4 is Giannis. Well, Giannis is injured right now.
Yep.
So, like,
He's
Giannis, take him out, okay? And then number 5 is Maxey.
Oh, so he's in the top 5 with a guy hurt. He's really in the top 4.
So he is tied right now with Cade Cunningham.
Cade's been good.
Plays out of his mind. He's averaging like 28 points.
Would you give if you had to choose between Maxey and Cade Cunningham, Mike Carlin? Would you go
moving forward?
Yeah,
Maxey.
Nick,
I'll take Maxey.
I'd
And I like
probably.
Cade Cunningham.
That's tough. I think I'd still go Maxey, slight edge to Maxey.
Yeah, slight.
I mean, listen, I'm a huge Maxey guy. I've been a fan of his since college. I was the one arguing with Mike Gill on the Sports Bash here on 97.3 ESPN about don't trade Maxey. You know, because Gill's argument with me used to be, why wouldn't you trade Maxey for Damian Lillard? I said, because this guy is a future star in this league. And then Gil would ask me, be like, is he ever going to average 30 points a game? I'm like, yeah.
Can you imagine if we ever got rid of Maxey, guys? With Embiid not really playing, with Maaddi not playing, and George really not playing off and on, that place would be empty. They wouldn't be able to sell a ticket. Yep. Thank God they got Maxey.
Yeah, I mean, he has been box office this year, and he's a guy you want to go see. And, you know, with the Embiid thing, with the news from Pompeii, the right knee still sore. It's the other knee, not the original knee that he came into the season with the with the issue with. It stinks because if he's able to get on the floor, he doesn't have to be the first fiddle, right? Like, he doesn't have to carry everybody all of the time like Joel has had to in the past, right? Maxey could be that guy. Edgecombe's been much better. They're a much deeper team. Paul George can give you good minutes. So they're a much deeper team now where Embiid doesn't really have to carry the entire team on his back and score 54 with Bell's palsy and one knee. Like, he doesn't have to do that as much anymore, but he's just got to get on the court. And I know the offense it flows very well with 3-guard sets and the depth that they do have, but what happens if you get to the postseason, right? Things shorten up. You want the big fella down low, and you want him on your roster. So for all the people that just want to trade Embiid and you know think it's just easier to get rid of him, I'd pump the brakes for a little bit. They're 9-6. It's November. It's regular season basketball right now. When things shorten up in the postseason, you're going to want the big fellow around, especially if he's healthy.
Yeah, but you know what the problem I have is with the trade Embiid talk, and it's something that Mike Carlin has pointed out before. No one wants that contract.
No.
So these people, it's the same people who say trade Embiid are the same
I had a train conductor tell me, Josh. A train conductor wanted to trade Embiid. He saw me in a Sixers jacket. First thing he said to me was, "Let's trade Embiid." I said, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, well, the train conductor is probably the
If
same
it was that
guy.
easy, it'd be gone.
It's probably the same guy who's texting in 609-403-0973 telling me to trade Brandon Marsh for Mike Trout. Okay,
Nick, let me ask you a question. Great that we have you. Last week we were at yesterday's.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I brought up the idea of instead of all this sitting and coming back for a game and playing, but sit them till February. What the hell is the big deal? We're still gonna they'll make you got Maxey going off. You got the
BJ Edgecombe is great.
They'll make the playoffs, even if they're 9 or 10 play-in. Imagine him sitting for the next 3 months and then come back strong and come back right before the All-Star game. After the All-Star game, you got 25 games left. That will give him enough. Every game you pump up 2 minutes. Up 2 minutes. By the time the playoffs start, he's ready to play if he's healthy. If not, what did you lose?
Carlin,
but this playing 1 week and next week has got to stop.
I am with you, but I will play devil's advocate, okay? The one argument is they want to have a little bit more of a cohesive unit with all the new players that they have. They want to get Joel Embiid on the floor with Paul George, with Maxey. They want to find some cohesiveness there. So there's that aspect to it. Also, the minutes restriction. The minutes restriction has affected Embiid. He has been frustrated where he's not able to get going in a game, playing a couple minutes here, playing a couple minutes there. So that has frustrated him too. But I am with you. That's part of the problem here with the whole Embiid saga. But I'm with you in the sense, just get him to the playoffs. Just get him there. I don't. He's going to contribute. He's going to contribute.
No one would want to play them in the first round.
I know.
If they knew that he took off all this. You talk about tanking for the playoffs, that would be tanking. Okay, but we can tank in a good way. The guy is hurt, right. So just sit him and bring him back little by little. By the playoffs start, he'll be ready.
Just make sure the guy is healthy. But sometimes you have to save Embiid from himself. If we learned anything from that big ESPN article over the summer, he wants to be out there. And I got to love that about him. He wants to play. He wants to be on the floor. But they got to save him from himself sometimes. And we learned that through that article in ESPN.
He can't want to play that bad, I say, Nick, if he's got a little swelling in his knee. A lot of guys play with swelling on their
knees. But his situation is different. Yeah, but his situation, he's 300 pounds and 7 feet. You know what I mean?
How many times did I say he doesn't have a body of an NBA player in today's world? You hear
Plays
all
like
about
a guard.
These guys that normal is 3 miles they run like 10, 15 years ago now. The basketball world now is not a big guy that weighs over 250 pounds running. It's not good for his waist, his hips, everything, his knees. It's not made for that.
By the way, really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just looked up as well. You know who else might be an award winner? Can we get some plus 1,600 on Quentin Grimes for 6th Man of the Year?
Oh, yeah. I got to lay that down. Here
are the candidates ahead of him in the betting odds. Jaime Jaquez. Good player.
Good player.
I'm not exactly like jumping through the roof to give him the award.
No.
I will say Reed Shepherd has played really well so far this year. He's on my fantasy team, so I should know. Jai Mitchell, he's ahead of him. Jeremy Grant has gotten a fight a couple of games ago. That was hilarious. Did you guys see that video?
Yes.
Oh, that was hilarious. You got to look at it.
Hysterical.
Like he literally got into a fight in like the third quarter. Like he was throwing fists to Mike. It wasn't like the shoving match usually. He was literally like throwing like fists at people. He's turning into an enforcer. And then you also have Onyeka Okongwu. He is tied with Quentin Grimes for plus 1,600.
Might have to get in on those odds.
He's in the running. Yeah, Grimes is in the running.
Who is more likely to win their award? Grimes. 6th Man, or MVP Maxey?
Grimes.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely Grimes. Not even close.
Shame.
I'm second guessing myself. Like I want Maxey to get the respect in the MVP conversation, but Cade's been really good too. Though.
Yeah,
Detroit's been good. Detroit's been really good. They're number one in the conference right now.
Detroit's got 7 players in double figures as of right now. 7 players in double figures.
Yeah.
Guess who's got more? Only one other team. Who the Sixers play tomorrow? Miami Heat's got 8 players.
Miami.
You talk about spreading the ball. They got 8 guys, 3 guys coming off the bench.
They also have arguably the best coach in the NBA.
Okay.
True.
Like, I think we can agree on that, right? Spoelstra's the best coach in the NBA.
I would say that.
Yeah, I mean, he's incredible. All right, Nick, thanks for popping in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm back here. I'm pushing the buttons, 1s and 2s. I got you.
Great job.
And of course, we got more football. We'll get into more football coming up in the show. But when Embiid news happens, we got it for you here on 97.3. Yes. You know what Joel Embiid probably needs, Mike Carlin? He probably needs some nutritional help. He needs to make sure he stays in good shape. And that's why you want to call my friends at Prevail Nutrition. Simplify your life. Are you tired of cooking and planning ahead all of your meals each and every week? For almost a decade now, Prevail Nutrition has been a local meal prep company located right here in South Jersey that allows customers to design their own meal plans, or you could choose from a wide variety of chef-designed meals on a changing weekly menu called Prevail Selects. You can order online or pick up, get free delivery, however you want it. Prevail Nutrition delivers to Atlantic and Cumberland counties along with Ocean City, or you can pick up your meals every Monday and Friday, except for Black Friday, in Galloway. For more information, visit prevailnutrition.club to find out how they can not just simplify your life, but get you on a healthier run. Maybe Joel Embiid needs to call Prevail Nutrition because he lost the weight, but now he can't get on the court. Prevail Nutrition has fueled numerous athletes over the years, including bodybuilders, professional baseball players, as well as college athletes and more. PrevailNutrition.club is where you need to go to check out everything Prevail Nutrition has for you. Check out them on Facebook and Instagram at Prevail Nutrition. They're my go-to choice for meal prep, and they should be yours as well. Coming up on the other side, we will talk with 1992 Heisman Trophy winner Gino Torretta with me, Josh Hennig, hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle, streaming live on YouTube and X in the Dr. Squatch virtual studio.
Hey, South Jersey, this is Billy Schweim. Tune into The Locker Room every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon on 97.3 ESPN. Each weekend in The Locker Room, you will get passionate sports talk from a fan's perspective, along with interviews with some of the biggest names in sports. That's every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon in The Locker Room with me, Billy Schweim, on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with a Schweiner.
Get ready to level up your game day at Tropicana Atlantic City. Introducing Gridiron Pit, powered by Caesars Sportsbook, a high-energy fan zone where blackjack meets big screens, bold bites, and big wins. Play your hand, catch every snap, indulge in tailgate-inspired food and drinks, and spin the big wheel of prizes. Every Saturday and Sunday throughout football season, Gridiron Pit, where the thrill of the game meets the rush of the table. Located near the cashier cage, learn more at Caesars.com. Must be 21 or older. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Making your home look brand new is what Work of Art Construction can do for you. Ready to remodel your bathroom or have a kitchen makeover? Art Masker has 40 years of experience in construction and knows how to make your home look like a work of art. Want to install a new back deck or invest in a new front door? Just call Art Masker at 609-788-4271 to learn more. Visit Work of Art Construction on Instagram to see how Work of Art Construction can make your home look brand new. Beautify your home with Work of Art. Call him at 609-788-4271 and let them make your home truly a work of art.
It's the boldest Black Friday super sale ever, only at Matt Black Kia. For a limited time, get up to $10,000 back in cash or apply to your deal and make no payments for 90 days on select new Kias. Prefer to lease? How about a 2026 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive? Just $159 a month with $39.99 down for 24 months. That's right, up to $10,000 cash back or a lease for just $159 a month. And if you have a job clearing $450 a week, we want to get you approved today. Visit MattBlackKia.com before it's too late. It's got to be a Matt Black Kia. Call 215-703-8526 for details.
Black Friday savings are here at the Home Depot, which means it's time to add new cordless power to your collection. Right now, when you buy a select battery kit from one of our top brands like Ryobi or Milwaukee, you'll get a select tool from that same brand for free. Click into one of our best deals of the season and stock up on tools for all your upcoming projects. Get Black Friday savings happening now at the Home Depot. Limit 1 per transaction. Exclusions apply. Full eligible tool list in-store and online.
Go for holiday bliss. Whether naughty or nice, you are not going to want to miss this. Go for nights that shine with friends, a toast so fine. Go to find Santa's place. Go to see that smiling face. Go to give the gift of cheer with the card that brings dreams near. With endless fun and things to do, it is the gift that keeps on giving too. Go for the dazzling lights, it's quite a sight. Go to Ocean Casino Resort for holiday magic of every sort.
Imagine being the wizard of your own home. With Xfinity, intelligent self-healing Wi-Fi fixes problems like magic. It boostifies speeds to your devices when you need it most, and makes your favorite Wicked content sparklify on every screen. All while a spell of protection helps keep your family safe online. When you're out in Oz, Xfinity Mobile joins Wi-Fi and 5G to keep your phone connected from here to the Emerald City. If you had the most intelligent Wi-Fi from Xfinity, everything would work together for good. And now you can cast a spell to stop time and keep your internet bill steady for 5 whole years with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. No contracts or commitments with amazifying equipment included. Xfinity, imagine that. And see Wicked for good, only in theaters November 21st. Restrictions apply, select plans only. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's. Warm up this fall with an incredible seafood boil. Try the Uncle George with succulent snow crabs, tasty mussels, and shrimp. There's the Pete's Feast with 2 pounds of sweet succulent crab legs, a dozen shrimp, clams, and a pound of mussels. Or create your own boil. Add a lobster tail or a delicious Dungeness cluster. Include smoked sausage, corn, and potatoes, served in our tasty broth, made with white wine and our signature seasonings. A shellfish lover's dream at Chickies and Pete's. Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's, the official sports bar of your world champion Philadelphia Eagles. Go where the players go. Come join us all season for Eagles pep rallies, watch parties, and the best in-game experience anywhere. Ice cold draft beer, world famous food, and fan-friendly fun for every Eagles game. Every Monday night in South Philly, the Jordan Mailata Show, presented by Miller Lite, followed by Chicky and Pete's Players Lounge with a current player, hosted by Ike Reese and Hugh Douglas. Go where the players go. Chickies and Pete's.
Macy's just dropped tons of new Black Friday deals, and with more being added every week, you can save on top gifts now. Like exclusive beauty sets, 50% off. Men's and women's PJs, 40 to 60% off. Handbags, 40 to 50% off. Plus, diamonds, 60% off. So come into Macy's, beat the rush, and get your holiday shopping done early. Black Friday starts here at Macy's. Savings off select styles. Exclusions apply.
Caesars Sportsbook app is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on Gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open new users in New Jersey who are 21 or older. Max bet of $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're hanging with Josh Hennig on 97.3 ESPN FM.
People will come, Ray.
And on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
People will most definitely come.
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
Josh Hennig back here on 97.3 ESPN. And, of course, tonight on 97.3 ESPN, you will hear arguably one of the more important matchups in all of college football this weekend. Pitt versus Georgia Tech. Now, some of you out there might be saying, Pitt, Georgia Tech, didn't Pitt just get destroyed last week by Notre Dame? Well, it's still the ACC, and someone's got to win it, and the winner of that conference is going to have a spot in the college football playoff, and the man who will be on the call for Touchdown Radio is Gino Torretta, of course, the 1992 Heisman Trophy winner, joining us right now on 97.3 ESPN. Gino, welcome back in. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, Josh. How are you?
I'm doing well, and I know when you guys probably set the schedule up before the season started, I don't know if anyone really knew that Pitt versus Georgia Tech would have the implications that it does. So is there a party who's looking at this game being like, well, here we go. This is a game that could really matter on the landscape, or you kind of look at this game saying, you know what, I'm not going to get too crazed about this game considering the way Pitt played last week?
Well, I would say this. This was a weekend that was open, and I was up in the air until a few weeks ago. But with the way, Georgia Tech controls their own destiny, they're in the driver's seat in the Atlantic Coast Conference. They win. They earn at minimum a share of the regular season in the ACC. And like you said, the winner of the ACC Conference Championship game is going to get a playoff berth. And I know that's contrary to the rankings that Miami's the highest ranked ACC team right now, but Miami has a very slim and outside chance of even getting in the conference championship game. So Georgia Tech's in the driver's seat. Virginia is also, but Pitt can be a spoiler. And if Pitt wins, then we got all kinds of tiebreakers that are kind of come into play, and I can't even try to explain them. I don't understand how they just don't take the highest ranked team and put them in the two guys with the same record of conference championship game, but they don't. So we have the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Miami, their 2 losses on the year are both in conference. So Miami has 2 conference losses. Both the Pitt Panthers and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets are 6-1. Well, Pitt's 5-1 in the conference. Georgia Tech 6-1 in the conference. But still, Gino, you're talking about a matchup with a very interesting situation because, we saw the head coach Narduzzi for Pittsburgh say last week, we don't care if we get smashed by Notre Dame because it doesn't matter to us in the conference, which is a strange strategy because, well, they did get smashed, and now they're going against a Georgia Tech team with a very, very talented quarterback at Haynes King.
Yeah, Haynes King has been flat out awesome this year. He leads the country in total offense on a weekly basis, 300, and I think it's like 340. He runs the ball with success. He throws it very well. Tough as nails. I mean, I've seen him beat my alma mater the last couple of years. He did it without being able to throw the ball last year. So he's played awesome, and they need it because their defense hasn't been great. Last week against Boston College, they gave up over 500 yards. But Haynes King was able to pull them back from an 11-point deficit in the second half. And listen, he's got this game, and he's got Georgia after that. And with 2 big games, I know we'll talk about the Heisman race, but he is definitely in the Heisman race. He is that good and that talented a player.
Why doesn't he get more love in that perspective? Because, everybody out there, they've heard the names, Fernando Mendoza of Indiana, Julian Sain of Ohio State, Marcel Reed of Texas A&M, especially after last week's insane comeback for Texas A&M. But it's like Haynes King is almost like the steady engine like that nobody gives credit to sometimes.
Well, I think part of that is the Atlantic Coast Conference is not getting any love this year. I think that, remember what we were saying last week, that if Duke could win the conference, they're going to have 4 losses, and the ACC team isn't even going to get in the conference championship or get in the playoffs. So, I don't think there's a lot of respect for the Atlantic Coast Conference outside maybe Miami, and even that's kind of lukewarm. But I will say this: he has a primetime game, this week, and then obviously against Georgia, one of the best defenses and best teams in the country. He's got an opportunity there to sway a lot of voters because I think this race is coming down. It's going to come down, San and Smith at Ohio State. You got Mendoza. They're going to play each other. We think they're going to play each other in the Big Ten championship game. Those are 3 of the guys that are at the forefront. Reed at Texas A&M. I don't think anybody's got an edge really right now. I know Vegas has Mendoza as the edge, but I would say that anybody in the top 5 or 6 has a legitimate chance with great performances in these next few weeks to win it.
And of course, don't forget Georgia Tech last year almost beat Georgia before the postseason last year. They took him to overtime, so I wouldn't be surprised if Georgia Tech could maybe threaten some people in the college football playoff. Probably Gino Torretta, the 1992 Heisman Trophy winner from the University of Miami, joining us here on 97.3 ESPN tonight. Touchdown Radio brings you Pitt, Georgia Tech, 7 p.m. The coverage starts right here on 97.3 ESPN. I mentioned the college football playoff, Gino. This is starting to feel like as we go each week, there's a part of me that's like, can we just get to the playoff? Like, the debate about the playoff is getting to the point where I just want it to be the playoff, because you just mentioned earlier, Miami's the highest-ranked ACC team, but they only have an outside chance of even getting in, whereas you have teams like BYU out there that if they get in, they could cause some real trouble for people. And Notre Dame, we saw what they did against the Pitt Panthers last week. So this entire field is starting to look more and more fascinating. I just want it to start already.
Well, there's no question that. I mean, it's designed for debate, Josh. I mean, it's designed so we can have jobs and talk about it. So I would just say this. When you look at those rankings, I would say if you go down to 18, and I think that's probably the line of demarcation, Michigan, I think that all of those teams in the top 18 had a legitimate chance of making the playoffs. Like, I would say the first playoff game of the season is this weekend, and USC goes to Oregon. And if USC beats Oregon, they're going to be in. They're not going to have to play in the Big Ten championship game. There's going to be credit, given because Oregon's in the top 10. And USC is going to play their way in, and they're going to be another Big Ten representative outside of Ohio State and Indiana. I think that there are so many things that can happen because there's such big games. I mean, you got the Iron Bowl in another week. All of these teams are playing each other right now, and a couple slip-ups here or there. I mean, Georgia doesn't even control its own destiny to get in the Southeastern Conference championship game. They could essentially not make their conference championship game, but get a bye because they'd be ranked in the top 4. I mean, that's just crazy. But, that is the college football that we have right now. And, it's going to deliver games where we got head scratchers. I mean, we're all just saying Ohio State's going to play Indiana. Ohio State hasn't beaten Michigan in years, and They have them at the end of the year. And they're that team at 18 that could play their way in to the top 12 into a playoff spot.
You just mentioned Georgia. I got to ask you because, looking at the, ahead to the college football playoff, there's a potential you could have 4 SEC teams in there. If we were to take Texas A&M out of the conversation just for a minute, which of the other 3 teams do you think is a bigger threat in the college football playoff? Is it Georgia, is it Ole Miss, or is it Alabama?
I would say Georgia, having broadcasted Georgia, Ole Miss, Georgia has an utter confidence that they're going to make enough plays and they're going to beat you, and they don't care who you are. They can be down early. They've clawed their way back. They pounded the hell out of somebody last week. They played well. Ole Miss has the offense to scare anybody. It's just Ole Miss doesn't have the defense to give you enough stops that I would say championship teams do. Now, I thought they played well in the early part of the season, but against Georgia was somehow able to, make a few plays, and they didn't. But I'd say, that Georgia is that team because of their belief that they're going to win.
What do we do in evaluating Notre Dame? Because this is a team, they lost the first game of the year to Miami, right? They had that shootout with Texas A&M that they lost. But ever since then, they have just been crushing people along the way. If Notre Dame is in the postseason, they got a big matchup. Like, are we looking at Notre Dame as like a legitimate championship contender, or do you feel like if someone just slows down Jeremiah Love, they could stop Notre Dame?
Well, I think you have a couple things. I think Miami slowed down Love, or Notre Dame for some reason stopped giving him the ball in that game, which I don't know why. But let's go back to both of those games. C.J. Carr, Lloyd Carr's grandson, is a quarterback. He was a redshirt freshman. He had not played. He trots out there on one of the best teams in the country. Well, he did play well. I like his talent. He's a very clutch player, but he's getting his first action at the start of the year. He has gotten better every single week, and I think that's why they've been more consistent. Love has been healthy. He's been more confident. And, and I think, listen, down here in Miami, everybody's griping down here because Miami beat Notre Dame, and Miami's not given enough credit, and Notre Dame's still ranked above Miami with the same record. But it matters when you lose. And I think that if you lose, you got to lose early so you can kind of build that confidence back of the committee. But the committee has a lot of confidence that Notre Dame's got all the pieces of the puzzle, and they made it to the championship game last year, so they're going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Gino, before I let you go, because you mentioned you're going to have the Iron Bowl next week, Alabama versus Auburn, one of the biggest rivalry games all of college football. That game can be heard on the Touchdown Radio Network as well as here on 97.3 ESPN. Gino, when you think about Alabama right now, if they can get past Auburn, because that game is at Auburn, right? So, I mean, we know every year, Alabama going to Auburn's weird stuff happens, right? It's like
crazy things happen at Auburn Stadium. Yeah.
Right. So I'm not going to dismiss Auburn, but let's say Alabama gets past Auburn. What is Alabama going into the playoff? Because I gotta be honest with you, Gino. I feel like Alabama, them and Notre Dame have two of the most interesting resumes, because while Notre Dame has two of arguably the best losses, quote unquote, Alabama has two of the weirdest losses in college football.
Yeah, I mean, Alabama, I think they've beaten 4 top 20 teams. Their resume says they're in if they beat Auburn. And who beats Alabama? Really, Alabama has beaten themselves. And I think how they played last week, with the turnovers, and they kind of beat themselves. And I think that if they can play clean football, now I know that's a task, and you got to credit the other team for forcing turnovers and things like that. But I think Alabama's a dangerous team as well. They just haven't been as consistent as Notre Dame has, and they've thrown out that stinker last week, and really kind of you're like, really they lost that game. But I think they can right the ship, obviously going on the road. Auburn's one of the best environments in college football. It's going to be, just deafening loud in the stadium in Jordan-Hare, and crazy things happen in that stadium. They're not always good crazy for Auburn. Sometimes they're good crazy for the other team. I've seen Milroe throw the touchdown at the end of the game there. I've seen the prayer in Jordan-Hare and the picks, the Georgia where they just threw it up for grabs.
Right.
So it doesn't always bounce their way at home for Auburn.
But tonight, Gino Torretta will be on the call. Georgia Tech versus the Pitt Panthers. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. right here on 97.3 ESPN. What is that, the Bobby Dowd Stadium down there in Georgia?
Bobby Dodd Stadium. Yes, sir. Bobby Dodd. Great coach.
I try to remember these stadiums because I feel like college football is like the last bastion of like great football stadium names, because the pro sports, all the stadiums have like these crazy businesses I never heard of in my life.
Well, it's corporate. Well, I think it's Bobby Dodd Stadium, sponsored by Hyundai. So I got to give credit, because I think that Georgia Tech probably cashed the check from Hyundai for the sponsorship. But it is Bobby Dodd Stadium, and it is a intimate place. It's sold out. Yep. At Georgia Tech, the fans are fired up. They haven't won a championship in the ACC or gotten that championship game in years, so they're fired up for this one.
Absolutely. Gino, appreciate you jumping in. As always, look forward to your call tonight. Georgia Tech hosting Pitt, 7 p.m. here on 97.3 ESPN as part of the Touchdown Radio Network's coverage of college football this season.
Sounds good, Josh. Anytime, buddy.
Always enjoy talking to Gino here on 97.3 ESPN. I mean, that you can't not laugh about that. It's like,
absolutely.
You think you got the stadium, right? It's like, good old stadium, and brought to you by Hyundai. It's just, someone's got to pay you the NIL bill, right?
Money, Josh. It's all about the money.
Someone's got to pay the NIL bill, and the dean making more money than he should, and
Did you see the money that came out yesterday about the Franklin deal?
Yeah. Where do you think that money comes from?
It's a hell of a deal.
Comes from Hyundai.
So he's going to get $10 million a year for coach, 5 years, guaranteed.
I think it's 47 altogether. They said
$41 million to him. And he's getting $9 million from Penn State.
Okay, so
$50 million.
Oh, okay, so it's offset.
So they're offset. So it's $10 million a year. That's the deal they made. On top of that, he negotiated $25 million a year just for player payouts.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, $25 million a year. You got that, and his assistants all got huge raises that he wanted to put in. I mean, if you're a Franklin guy, he made a great deal not just for himself, But I love seeing that he's surrounding
But all
himself.
of his coaches, yeah.
He's making sure that everybody that's coming is going to be happy.
Mike, I missed my call, and I should have been a college football assistant coach. I could have been attached to one of these guys, just
Easily.
moving around everywhere. Darn it, I did the wrong thing. The wrong career. Josh Hennig hanging out with you on 97.3 ESPN. We are live here at Tropicana at the Gridiron Pit. Of course, we are right near the cashier's cage, right next to Chickies and Pete's. Of course, coming up in the next hour, we will hear more about what Chickies and Pete's has to offer you when you're here for your football weekend. Of course, the food can be brought right to you here at the Gridiron Pit inside Tropicana Atlantic City. Of course, hanging with Hennig, as always, being brought to you by my friends over at Work of Art Construction. Make your home look brand new with Art Master's 40 years of construction experience. Ready to remodel your bathroom or have a kitchen makeover? Give Art a call at 609-788-4271. Mention my name, Josh Hennig, at 97.3 ESPN, and receive 10% off your next job with Work of Art Construction. Want to install a new back deck, install a new front door, or to get brand new windows in your home? Give Art Masker a call at 609-788-4271. Beautify your home with Work of Art Construction. Let them make your home truly a work of art. We'll continue the football conversation on the other side. Of course, college football popping off everywhere. And, of course, later on 97.3 ESPN, following Hanging with Hennig, we got Oregon versus USC, followed by Pitt and Georgia Tech. And Gino Torretta will be on the call for that. Josh Hennig, Mike Carlin, hanging out with you on 97.3 ESPN FM, streaming live on YouTube and X in the Dr. Squatch virtual studio.
Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's an ACC battle in prime time as the 16th-ranked Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets look to remain perfect at home as they host the surprising Pitt Panthers. Join J.P. Shadrick and 1992 Heisman Trophy winner Gino Torretta Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern.
It's College Football Saturday on 97.3 ESPN.
College Football Saturday, brought to you by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
This football season, catch every game at the best sports bar in South Jersey. Yesterday's Creekside Tavern in Marmora features every Eagles game with the sound on, along with the biggest college football games on their TVs every Saturday. Don't miss out on yesterday's nightly food special starting at 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday, along with reverse happy hour specials 9 p.m. to close each week. Plus, with the Flyers and Sixers season starting up, the place to be to watch the game is yesterday's Creekside Tavern on Roosevelt Boulevard in Marmora. So call your friends and catch all the games at the Y.
Listen up. The soap you shower with? It's you probably haven't even questioned what bar of soap you lather up with. Let's face it, most guys don't. But now you can upgrade your shower game with Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. I'm talking about natural, nourishing, cold-pressed, hand-cut soap for men. Men who use their hands. Men who build things. Men who catch foul balls without spilling their beer. You won't just smell good either. Your skin will be healthier and more nourished. We make our soaps with natural ingredients from the earth. Ingredients like oils, plants, goat's milk, Greek yogurt, oatmeal, shea butter, and citrus. Turn your shower game up to 11. Get ready to step out of the shower feeling alive.
Hey, this is Josh Hennig. Go to my social media and click my exclusive Dr. Squatch link for your chance to save $10 off your next order of great natural soap, deodorant, and much more. Only with Dr. Squatch.
It's the boldest Black Friday super sale ever, only at Matt Black Kia. For a limited time, get up to $10,000 back in cash or apply to your deal and make no payments for 90 days on select new Kias. Prefer to lease? How about a 2026 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive? Just $159 a month with $39.99 down for 24 months. That's right, up to $10,000 cash back or a lease for just $159 a month. And if you have a job clearing $450 a week, we want to get you approved today. Visit mattblackkia.com before it's too late. It's got to be a Matt Black Kia. Call 215-703-8526 for details.
Target brings more taste, more flavor, and more deals to your Thanksgiving table. Save big on affordable holiday crowd pleasers, like select elevated sides and appetizers from Good & Gather for only $4.99. Favorite day pies for a sweet finishing touch, also just $4.99. And don't forget, great tasting turkey for only 79 cents a pound. So many cravings, so many ways to save. Step into the holidays and elevate your Thanksgiving today. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Go for holiday bliss. Whether naughty or nice, you are not going to want to miss this. Go for nights that shine? With friends, a toast so fine. Go to find Santa's place. Go to see that smiling face. Go to give the gift of cheer. With the card that brings dreams near. With endless fun and things to do, it is the gift that keeps on giving too. Go for the dazzling lights, it's quite a sight. Go to Ocean Casino Resort for holiday magic of every sort.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to $1,400 off, plus get free delivery on select innovative appliances like GE Profile. Add a touch of ease to your holiday with the all-in-one combo to wash and dry your laundry in one machine. And refrigerators with built-in convenient features like the dual dispense autofill water pitcher. Shop Black Friday savings on select GE Profile appliances plus get free delivery now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid 11/5 through 12/3. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's. Warm up this fall with an incredible seafood boil. Try the Uncle George with succulent snow crabs, tasty mussels, and shrimp. There's the Pete's Feast with 2 pounds of sweet succulent crab legs, a dozen shrimp, clams, and a pound of mussels. Or create your own boil. Add a lobster tail or a delicious Dungeness cluster. Include smoked sausage, corn, and potatoes, served in our tasty broth, made with white wine and our signature seasonings. A shellfish lover's dream at Chickies and Pete's. Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's, the official sports bar of your world champion Philadelphia Eagles. Go where the players go. Come join us all season for Eagles pep rallies, watch parties, and the best in-game experience anywhere. Ice cold draft beer, world famous food, and fan-friendly fun for every Eagles game. Every Monday night in South Philly, the Jordan Mailata Show, presented by Miller Lite, followed by Chicky and Pete's Players Lounge with a current player, hosted by Ike Reese and Hugh Douglas. Go where the players go. Chickies and Pete's.
At Bank of America, we asked our people, how do you take ownership of your career?
I'm able to grow my way by putting the priorities that I have for my career first.
I thrive on being a leader who's behind the team, not in front of the team.
Every few years, I'm being re-energized because I get to do something different and learn something new.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Caesars Sportsbook app is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on Gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open to new users in New Jersey who are 21 or older. Max bet of $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now back to Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN FM.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
And on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
Josh Hennig back here at the Gridiron Pit inside Tropicana Atlantic City, here with Hanging with Hennig along with Mike Carlin on 97.3 ESPN. I want to remind you folks about the upcoming Mike's Seafood Run Walk for Autism. It's Valentine's Day weekend in 2026, Saturday, February 14th on the boardwalk in Sea Isle City. You can register now at polarbearrunwalkforautism.com because any day you can do something for children with disabilities. It is a good day. Again, Valentine's Day weekend this year is when the Mike's Seafood Run Walk for Autism has gotten bigger and bigger every year. They had a record turnout last year, and we're excited to be promoting and working with Mike's Seafood again this year on 97.3 ESPN. And Mike's Seafood will be one of the vendors on Black Friday when we are broadcasting live for our Eagles pregame show, 12 to 2 p.m., leading you up to the Eagles versus Bears on Black Friday. We'll be at the Winter Village in Sea Isle City. There will be family-friendly activities for the kids. Of course, tons of vendors. There will be shopping under the heated tents in the Winter Village. So come out, support local small businesses, and you can watch the Eagles game while at the Winter Village. Of course, we'll have Merrill Reese and Mike Quick on the speakers on site in Sea Isle City at Excursion Park on JFK Boulevard. And Mike's Seafood is one of the vendors who will be there on site. Again, I will be live 12 to 2 p.m. along with former NFL offensive lineman Chris Myers and former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Dave Clemick. They'll be with me on site Black Friday, 12 to 2 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN. And as always, streaming live on YouTube and X at Josh Hennig. Back with me and Mike Carlin here at Tropicana Atlantic City. College football, big day in college football. So, Mike, you mentioned a comment to me. I told you don't give me the answer.
Correct.
During the break.
You said there's a handful of teams that you think these are the only teams that can win the national championship. Who are they and why?
You ready? Number one, Ohio State. Okay, I know everybody's going to say they haven't had that dominant game, this and that. You know what? It's like the Eagles. They just win.
Well,
okay.
they've had plenty of dominant games. Who's going to have a dominant game?
But they're not killing people. Okay, they're killing people they're supposed to.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
They have arguably the best defense in college football.
Correct. Okay. I think Ohio State will be there. I love how Texas A&M came back and won that game. Showed a lot of grit. That goes for that. Caterpillars just keep going.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Georgia will be there at the end. And here's the surprise team. I have another team coming out of the Big Ten. It's not Indiana. You're going to watch them tonight. It's Oregon. I think when all push comes to shove at the end, Oregon's going to be there.
I like the Oregon pick because of Dan Lanning. I think Dan Lanning is a very underrated coach. He has done a great job at taking the young. That's a very young team. Oregon's one of the youngest teams in college football, and they have matured as the year has gone along. And if they win the game today, here Oregon versus USC coming up here on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins following Hanging with Hennig. I think Oregon, they're not just going to be potentially in the Big Ten championship game potentially, because they still have an outside shot at that. But you're right. They can make a deep run. My only problem with Texas A&M is they're an inconsistent team. They're a team that had the shootout with Notre Dame, and they lost, right? And so, sorry, they beat Notre Dame, but it's like your defense is supposed to be better than that. Correct. You let South Carolina put up 30 on you in the first half. You allowed Notre Dame to score 40 on you. Like, Mike Elko has historically been a great defensive coach. So for his team to have some of those issues, that does bother me a little bit.
And see, I took them over Indiana because everything you just said about Texas A&M, that's how I feel about Indiana.
Yeah.
I think Indiana is a great story. I think they've had a great year. But I think when push comes to shove, are they better than teams like Georgia coming out of the SEC and Texas A&M? I really don't think they are.
The team that you didn't mention that I like is Oklahoma. Since John Mateer has come back, they're 3-1 in the last 4 games. Their offense has picked up again. And Brent Venables has done a great job at elevating that defense. They are the best defense in the SEC this year is Oklahoma. And if you're the best defense in the SEC, what does that tell you, right? You're pretty darn good. So I
saw them this year live against Temple.
Yeah, and they beat them up.
3/4 of the stadium was Oklahoma people.
Right. Well, they travel well.
Yeah.
But the point is that Oklahoma, they are going to be a scary team in the college football playoff because Mateer is getting better as he gets healthier from his injury to his hand. He has been a force of nature. Their defense is really good. And I can see them. You look at some of these teams on this list, right? They could destroy Indiana. They could make life miserable for an Ole Miss because they've done it already this year. They could have a rock fight with Notre Dame. BYU, Utah, that's a rock fight. And by the way, Texas Tech. I don't think Texas Tech's going to win national championship, but they are going to upset somebody in the college football playoff because their defense is that good, Mike Carlin.
I agree with all that. We'll see. Listen, your team's playing right now against Missouri. That's a huge game. Let's see if they can get by Missouri.
Well, they better pick it up because it's homecoming day for Oklahoma. And you know how it is. You want to win homecoming game, right? That's how it works in
and when
football.
Push comes to shove, I'll talk fast. I love Miami being in there instead of Notre Dame. Just saying.
It's going to be
Miami
interesting.
deserves to be in it.
It's definitely going to be interesting. He's Mike Carlin. I'm Josh Hennig. This is Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN. We're broadcasting live from the Gridiron Pit inside Tropicana Atlantic City. The massive TVs over here. They got Missouri, Oklahoma. They got Miami, Virginia Tech. They got all the big games every single football weekend. This is the place to be. Jump on this. Well, we got tons of people out here. They're on the blackjack tables. And coming up in the next hour, we will talk about also the great restaurant next to us, Chickies and Pizza, Tropicana Atlantic City. More Hanging with Hennig next on 97.3. Tired of cooking and planning all of your meals each and every day? You need Prevail Nutrition to simplify your life. For almost a decade, Prevail Nutrition is a local meal prep company located in South Jersey that allows customers to design their own meal plan. or you can choose from a wide variety of chef-designed meals on their weekly changing Prevail Selects menu. You can order online for pickup or get free delivery on orders of over $50. Prevail Nutrition delivers to Atlantic and Cumberland counties along with Ocean City, or you can pick up your meals every Monday and Friday. Learn more about how Prevail Nutrition can simplify your life. Visit their website at prevailnutrition.club. Check out Prevail Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram. Prevail Nutrition is my go-to choice for prepared meals and foods. Order online, like me, at prevailnutrition.club.
It's Sage Jewelers, the great half-off everything sale, going on now.
Sage Jewelers says everything in the store is on sale at half off, including their watch collection, Seiko, Citizen, G-Shock, and Timex.
That's right, 50% off their finest selection of GIA-certified diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, engagement rings, top designer jewelry collections, and more.
But hurry, the sale won't last long. Sage Jewelers, the real jeweler. Tilton Road, Northfield. Open every day until Christmas.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Imagine being the wizard of your own home. With Xfinity, intelligent self-healing Wi-Fi fixes problems like magic. It boostifies speeds to your devices when you need it most, and makes your favorite Wicked content sparklify on every screen. All while a spell of protection helps keep your family safe online. When you're out in Oz, Xfinity Mobile joins Wi-Fi and 5G to keep your phone connected from here to the Emerald City. If you had the most intelligent Wi-Fi from Xfinity, everything would work together for good. And now you can cast a spell to stop time and keep your internet bill steady for 5 whole years. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. No contracts or commitments with amazifying equipment included. Xfinity, imagine that. And see Wicked for good, only in theaters November 21st. Restrictions apply, select plans only. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They got him again!
Sixers.
Bang! It's good! Ball game!
And Flyers.
Tipped in front of the net!
97.3 ESPN. WENJ. WENJ HD. Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Finally! This is Hanging with Hennig.
I have friends everywhere.
On 97.3 ESPN Radio, South Jersey.
In New Jersey. Am I right? Yeah.
Live feed on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
It seems to run on some form of electricity. Well, you're not wrong.
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
The internet is a communications tool used the world over where people can come together.
Now, here's your host.
He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Josh Hennig.
Hour 3 of Hanging with Hennig, broadcasting live from the Gridiron Pit inside Tropicana Atlantic City. I'm Josh Hennig. He's Mike Carlin. Hanging out with you here on 97.3 ESPN. Coming up in less than 25 minutes from now, Maaddi from the Associated Press will join us. We will talk with him about the Eagles, NFL Week 12. And, of course, you guys can chime in on the text board, 609-403-0973. And Rob Maaddi will join us coming up as well. Tropicana Atlantic City. By the way, can we just say before we get into the Eagles, I have a lot of stuff on the Eagles to get to.
Mm-hmm.
But these TVs,
crazy.
They literally bought these TVs for the first time this year. And maybe I'm being a little selfish because I'm a big football fan. This might be one of the best investments Tropicana has ever made.
It's and what's nice about it is I was talking to management And when the people came to put these TVs in, they didn't like exactly how it was stationed and the background, blah, blah. And they spent more money out of their own pocket to say, hey, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. Now, when you look at it, it really is. I know we say this over and over when we're here. If you're gambling and you're maybe 30 feet away, 40 away from the TVs, if that, you're gambling, you're watching, they're feeding you, you're drinking. There's nowhere in town that has this going on in Atlantic City.
No, because the cool thing is you can play blackjack and watch. Like typically at most properties, you bring up a good point, Mike. Most properties, it's you either gamble or you go to the sports book.
Yeah, and watch one or the other.
Right. And by the way, you can literally take a time out from the blackjack table, walk over to the sports book, and walk back and keep playing if you wanted to.
Or walk 5 feet behind you to a kiosk.
Yeah.
They have the game on kiosk right behind them.
By the way, speaking of right next door, coming up later in the hour, you'll hear about the latest that Chickies and Pete's here at Tropicana has.
What are they bringing us today?
I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. You know me, Mike. I don't eat until we get here each day. So, it's literally when that food comes over, that's what I eat. Because I don't know how it was for you, but when I played sports when I was younger, I couldn't eat before a game.
Yeah, I really didn't either.
I literally couldn't have anything in my stomach. I had to be like completely like, I was literally just running off of, water and Gatorade, back then, or sometimes, coffee or tea or something. But typically I wanted an empty stomach when I played sports. So for me, football, soccer, basketball, baseball, I never could eat before a game. So for me, I still get the same adrenaline when I do a show. So it's like, I can't eat anywhere close to a show. I just can't.
To me, whether I was playing or coaching basketball, to me, it had nothing to do with eating. I had to have a nap. I had to have a nap. Even when I was in high school, if that game was at 7:30 and we had to be in the gym by 6, I'd get home. I'd go right to bed at 3 o'clock, wake up at 5, take a shower, and be ready by the time I got to the gym. A nap was always a big thing for me.
I think the only time I napped was if we were on the bus ride. Like if it was like a bus ride to a game, that's when I would nap. But then the problem with me was with the napping is that my schedule was always so rapid fire that unless we were going to a game, if it was a home game, I would have to stay at the school because of just the way the busing situation was.
Okay.
So, because when you live in Sea Isle, for example, you can't, there's no high school in Sea Isle. So it's you have to leave the island to go to high school, right? So it's not like my high school was anywhere close by.
But it's a nice place to grow up there, Chef.
Oh, listen, well, that's why I'm so excited to be working with the Chamber of Commerce for the Winter Village coming up on Black Friday this coming weekend. If you follow me on social media at Joshua S. Hennig on Instagram, you saw me give you guys a tour around Sea Isle City to all the businesses that are still open, contrary to some viral TikTokers who are trying to make it look a town is closed. The town is very wide open for girls' weekend this weekend. That's why me and Mike Carlin are here at Tropicana this weekend, because the boys are at the Trop today. The ladies are down in Sea Isle for girls' weekend. I'll be in Sea Isle next weekend for the Winter Village for the Eagles game on Black Friday. And of course, we'll have the Eagles pregame show 12 to 2 p.m. Black Friday here on 97.3 ESPN. Speaking of the Birds, Mike Carlin, let's get into the Birds, because there's a lot of consternation out there about if the Eagles are the best team in the NFC. And I keep going back to the fact that, name me the team that's better, and they probably already beat them, right? So it's a situation where the Eagles control their own destiny, whether it's just mathematically or just visually, right? Whether you're watching the game or you're doing the analytics, the reality is that if the Eagles continue to win their games, they can be the number 1 seed. And no matter how much issues are going on with the offense and A.J. Brown and all the other stuff, Mike Carlin, if they're at home, they win those games in the postseason. Think about it, in the Nick Sirianni era, the only games that he has lost in the postseason have been outside of Philadelphia.
So not only can they get a home game, imagine getting the bye.
Yeah.
You get the bye, then the home game. Okay.
Which, by the way, would be huge considering with Lane Johnson's injury.
I always say the people in Vegas are extremely more smarter than me. Okay? I don't even know if that makes sense. More smarter than me.
Okay? It's not proper English, but we know what you meant.
Smart, okay. And I was telling you during the break, Vegas is telling you right now, okay, Philly's got a 47% that they're going to get the bye.
Right.
Okay. 24% that they're going to the Super Bowl. The next team, the Rams, 31% they're going to get a bye, and 22% they're going to the Super Bowl. So in their mind, and everybody else drops drastically after that. In Vegas's minds, it's Philly and the Rams coming out of the NFC. Okay. And who did we beat? We beat the Rams.
Yep.
We beat Green Bay. We beat all these other teams that are in it. Tampa Bay.
We beat the Rams where?
In LA.
No, in Philadelphia.
I mean, Philadelphia, yeah.
So if you played them again, where would it probably be?
Philadelphia.
Right.
Cold.
And by the way,
cold too.
Do you know what Sean McVay's record against Nick Sirianni is?
Not good.
0-4.
Yeah, not good.
He's 0-4. Okay. Why don't we read off all the teams?
So Vegas right now has Philly, #1, Rams, San Francisco, Seattle, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, and then it cuts to Detroit and Chicago.
Okay, well, let's go back. So we beat Green Bay.
Correct.
We beat Tampa.
Correct.
Seattle's a good team, but they're not as good on the road. We know that. San Francisco is interesting because it was the 2023 season. San Francisco sent you on that avalanche downhill, right? When they came to Philadelphia and they punted you in the face. Is San Francisco a team that worries you, Mike Carlin?
Only worries me to the fact that now they got Purdy coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's going to have a good 6-7 games under his belt to really start going again. I would have liked that he came back with maybe 1 or 2 games to get ready for the playoffs. But they'll be good. What scares them is not so much the team, it's the coach. The coach scares me.
Right. Shanahan's one of the best coaches in the NFL.
He's like, there's not many coaches that scare me in the NFL. He's one. What's his name from the Rams? He's one.
Well, McVay can't beat you. So, I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect the guy, but it's like, I know we can beat him. Shanahan has been even Stevens.
But they call plays that, in my mind, I'm always afraid of.
Right.
They know more than what our guy knows when it comes to calling plays.
Because the thing is that you just mentioned the play calling. Yes, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay. I'll throw Kevin O'Connell in that conversation. Yeah. I'll throw Ben Johnson in there too with the Bears, who we'll see next Friday. These guys are high-level football minds when it comes to offensive play calling. They elevate the players they touch. Literally, if Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, Kevin O'Connell, or Ben Johnson touch a quarterback, that quarterback gets better. It's crazy. So you're 100% right. That does worry you because you know that Kyle Shanahan, it doesn't matter if it's Brock Purdy or Mac Jones. Because, by the way, remember the last time when you beat them in the postseason? They didn't have a good backup quarterback, okay? Now they do. So even if Brock Purdy goes down, you could almost argue Mac Jones might be better than Brock Purdy coming in.
And if you look on this sheet I have, a little homework, what's the one team I've circled?
Oh, Detroit.
Detroit scares me, Josh. If Detroit gets into the playoffs, Detroit scares me.
Here's my problem with Detroit. And I'm not just – listen, I think Dan Campbell's done an amazing job. Those coordinators replacing the previous coordinators who left have done a great job. Kelvin Shepard especially replacing Aaron Glenn on defense. But Detroit is so injured. Mm-hmm. Losing Sam Laporta for the rest of the year, their tight end, is a huge, huge loss for them. They've had injuries off and on all year, their O-line, like we have had, right? They literally are getting Malcolm Rodriguez back at linebacker this weekend for the first time since last season. They are without half of their secondary. If the Lions are not healthy, I'm less scared of them. But if they get, if you face them in the NFC Championship game, Mike, and you're telling me the Lions are healthier then than they are now, then I'm scared. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's why I have them circled. If they're there at the end, I wouldn't want to play them.
Like, you almost want to happen to them what happened last year when Washington took them out. Okay? You almost want it to be where, you get the bye, Detroit has to play in the postseason, right? They got to go through the first 2 rounds, and now you're making Detroit get more banged up. You're forcing Detroit to go through the gauntlet because styles make fights, okay? And there are a handful of teams that can make life miserable for Detroit. We saw just 2 weeks ago, Minnesota went to Detroit and beat them. And Minnesota is not as good as Philadelphia, but styles make fights. What does Minnesota like to do? They like to put tons of pressure on you. Philadelphia does not have, as you mentioned, the offensive wizardry as a coach that teams like Minnesota or San Francisco do. So if you have Detroit having to face one of those teams, they can knock him out for you.
So we're going down to two teams. I worry about our division, not who we're going to play in the Super Bowl coming out of that. So Vegas is telling us it's the Rams and the Eagles.
Right.
So when you look at the Rams right now, they're 8-2. The Eagles are 8-2. When you look at the schedule for the Rams going forward, I have them winning 13 wins. Okay. When I have the Eagles going forward, I have them winning 13 wins. Okay. Tiebreaker, we beat the Rams.
Right.
So in my mind, we should have a nice little bye and we're home field advantage. That's how it's going to turn out to be. That's what I'm hoping. And if the Rams have to come to us, it's going to be a lot different coming to us in January than it was coming in September, October, whenever they were here.
Well, not just that, but it's also the fact that, again, Nick Sirianni, for whatever reason, he wins a lot of home games. He's been a great postseason home field coach. So as long as you get that home field advantage, you feel 100% better about this Eagles team.
Yeah.
Because if you're going on the road, then it gets dicey. Then it gets about travel. Like, look at the Buccaneers this weekend. So one of the reasons why I'm picking the Rams to win tomorrow and also cover the spread. By the way, Last Night Football Friday show presented by Tropicana Atlantic City every Friday night on YouTube and X at Josh Hennig. I said I'm taking the Rams because the Buccaneers had 15 players all get the flu this week. And now they got to travel cross country for a primetime game when they're already dehydrated. By the way, 7 coaches got sick as well. So the
I won't want to be on that plane.
Exactly.
Okay. Because guess what? That number could go up.
Right.
3 or 4 get better, but then 6 more get sick.
Right. So there's all kinds of weird stuff that happens when you travel, right? You know, players get worse. Some guys get better. Look at Cam Jurgens this weekend. Cam Jurgens is questionable. He has to clear the concussion protocol by 4 p.m. today. If he doesn't, Mike, he can't get on the plane to Dallas. If that game was in Philadelphia and not in Dallas, I feel a lot more confident that Cam Jurgens is playing tomorrow. But because it's in Dallas and they have to clear concussion protocol before they get on the plane to travel to Dallas, it creates a dynamic. So those are just 2 examples of how being the home team always benefits you in the postseason.
I'll play the Rams at home. Play the Rams at home to go to the Super Bowl this year.
I'm fine with that.
That's what I think it's going to come down to. I really do.
Because, again, if someone else can take out a Detroit, right? If someone else can take them out.
Yeah, but to do that, I'm just looking at our bottom 3 games against – they have to win out. Like, sometimes there's years where, we can rest the guys the last game.
Right.
But maybe the last 2 games. They played a halftime and get them out. If you want that 13 wins, which looks like realistically it's going to be, guess what? They play Washington, Buffalo, Washington. Buffalo's going to be playing their ass off to try to be.
And by the way, you mentioned the Rams are playing their rear off too, because of the fact that the Rams are a team that is nowhere as close to Philadelphia at clinching the division. The Rams still have to hold off Seattle and San Francisco to win that division. The Eagles, they win tomorrow, they basically can cruise control the division.
Yeah, and the Rams, they win tomorrow like you have them, Tampa Bay. They play Carolina, that's a win. Arizona, win. I have them losing to Detroit, the Lions.
Don't discount Carolina.
And I have them losing to Seattle and then beating Atlanta and Arizona again.
The Monday night game is going to be Carolina versus San Francisco. Carolina is right now a fringe playoff team. If Tampa loses on Sunday Night Football and Carolina wins Monday Night Football, Carolina leads the division.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that coming into the year?
My boy Bryce Young.
Yeah, it's your boy. You love that guy. Poor Bryce.
I should send him a picture. Say, remember this 4 years
You
ago?
remember this?
When you looked like you were in junior high?
Yeah, exactly.
Standing next to me?
Listen, but you know what? Bryce Young is an example of why coaching matters in football, because the previous coaching staff didn't know what to do with him.
They had him out the door.
Dave Canales has turned him into an NFL starting quarterback again. And Dave Canales has made the investment of that number 1 overall pick look like it was a good pick now. Whereas the previous coaching staff, they didn't know what to do with the poor young man. And it just goes to show you coaching matters. And that's why this Jalen Hurts stuff bothers me, because Jalen Hurts was an MVP runner-up and a Heisman Trophy runner-up. His coaches were Lincoln Riley in college and Shane Steichen in 2022. Look at what Shane Steichen's doing with Daniel Jones right now in Indianapolis. Some coaches got it, and Kevin Matullo don't got it, man. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah. Look, right now, Indy, one of the top teams. You got Denver on the other side, Denver, New England, and Indy.
I think the Patriots are the best team in the AFC. I love the way they're playing. Mike Vrabel has brought a new vibe to that team. Another coach who's done a great job, Josh McDaniels, has elevated Drake May as the offensive coordinator. The Rams right now, the Patriots look like they are going to, I think they can make it to the AFC Championship game. I really do.
I could see these. I think these are the three teams. He knows the other teams, Buffalo, Jackson, Baltimore. Guess who's not in there at all? They don't even talk about
Kansas City.
Kansas City. It's almost like
I think Kansas City,
done.
I think KC is going to sneak in on the back end. We'll ask Rob Maaddi about it coming up on the other side. He's Mike Carlin. I'm Josh Hennig. We're hanging out inside Tropicana Atlantic City at the Gridiron Pit, presented by Caesars Sportsbook, the only sportsbook app offering you Caesars rewards. Bet on all the Gridiron action, earn perks on every game, like hotel stays right here at Tropicana Atlantic City, as well as bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app, use my promo code Radio20X to place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open to new users in New Jersey who are 21 or older. Max bet of $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings, $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Coming up, we'll ask Rob Maaddi about all these things when it comes to the NFL standings. He's Mike Carlin. I'm Josh Hennig. We're hanging out with you inside the Gridiron Pit inside Tropicana Atlantic City on 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle, and streaming live on YouTube and X in the Dr. Squatch virtual studio.
Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's an ACC battle in prime time as the 16th-ranked Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets look to remain perfect at home as they host the surprising Pitt Panthers. Join J.P. Shadrick and 1992 Heisman Trophy winner Gino Torretta Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern.
It's College Football Saturday on 97.3 ESPN.
College Football Saturday, brought to you by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Making your home look brand new is what Work of Art Construction can do for you. Ready to remodel your bathroom or have a kitchen makeover? Art Masker has 40 years of experience in construction and knows how to make your home look like a work of art. Want to install a new back deck or invest in a new front door? Just call Art Masker at 609-788-4271 to learn more. Visit Work of Art Construction on Instagram to see how Work of Art Construction can make your home look brand new. Beautify your home with Work of Art. Call him at 609-788-4271 and let them make your home truly a work of art.
This football season, catch every game at the best sports bar in South Jersey. Yesterday's Creekside Tavern in Marmora features every Eagles game with the sound on, along with the biggest college football games on their TVs every Saturday. Don't miss out on yesterday's nightly food specials starting at 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday, along with reverse happy hour specials 9 p.m. to close each week. Plus, with the Flyers and Sixers season starting up, the place to be to watch the game is yesterday's Creekside Tavern on Roosevelt Boulevard in Marmora. So call your friends and catch all the games at the Y.
It's the boldest Black Friday super sale ever, only at Matt Black Kia. For a limited time, get up to $10,000 back in cash or apply it to your deal and make no payments for 90 days on select new Kias. Prefer to lease? How about a 2026 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive? Just $159 a month with $39.99 down for 24 months. That's right, up to $10,000 cash back or a lease for just $159 a month. And if you have a job clearing $450 a week, we want to get you approved today. Visit mattblackkia.com before it's too late. It's got to be a Matt Black Kia. Call 215-703-8526 for details.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
When businesses thrive, communities score. That's why Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup here in New York, New Jersey. And our more than 280 local business specialists are ready to help your business win. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Bush, the iconic band. One night, all their classics, featuring songs from their hot new album, I Beat Loneliness, as well as all of the fan favorites. Saturday, December 13th, Ovation Hall in Ocean Casino Resort. Special guest, Soul Asylum. Bush. Tickets on sale now at theoceanac.com. Don't miss Bush. Live.
Imagine being the wizard of your own home. With Xfinity, intelligent self-healing Wi-Fi fixes problems like magic. It boostifies speeds to your devices when you need it most, and makes your favorite Wicked content sparklify on every screen. All while a spell of protection helps keep your family safe online. When you're out in Oz, Xfinity Mobile joins Wi-Fi and 5G to keep your phone connected from here to the Emerald City. If you had the most intelligent Wi-Fi from Xfinity, everything would work together for good. And now you can cast a spell to stop time and keep your internet bill steady for 5 whole years. With the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. No contracts or commitments with amazifying equipment included. Xfinity, imagine that. And see Wicked for good, only in theaters November 21st. Restrictions apply. Select plans only. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet.
Target brings more taste, more flavor, and more deals to your Thanksgiving table. Save big on affordable holiday crowd pleasers, like select elevated sides and appetizers from Good & Gather for only $4.99. Favorite day pies for a sweet finishing touch, also just $4.99. And don't forget, great tasting turkey for only 79 cents a pound. So many cravings, so many ways to save. Step into the holidays and elevate your Thanksgiving today. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Caesars Sportsbook app is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on Gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open to new users in New Jersey who are 21 or older. Max bet of $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now back to Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN FM.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
And on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
You blitz all night!
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
Back.
Josh Hennig back here on 97.3 ESPN, hanging out with you inside the Gridiron Pit, inside Tropicana Atlantic City, along with Mike Carlin. We'll be joining with Rob Maaddi in just a few minutes. But we want to remind everybody that Hanging with Hennig is being brought to you by one of my newest sponsors. That's Prevail Nutrition. Tired of cooking and planning all of your meals each and every day? Well, for almost a decade, Prevail Nutrition has been simplifying your life. Prevail is a local meal prep company located in South Jersey that allows customers to design your own meal plan, or you can choose from a wide variety of chef-designed meals from their weekly changing Prevail Select menu. You can order online or pick up and get free delivery on orders of $50 or more. Prevail Nutrition delivers to Atlantic and Cumberland counties along with Ocean City. You can pick up your meals every Monday and Friday in Galloway if you can't
He dropped. 1 sec.
For more information about how Prevail Nutrition can simplify your life, visit their website at prevailnutrition.club or check them out on Facebook and Instagram. Just search Prevail Nutrition. Prevail Nutrition is my go-to choice for prepared meals and foods. and you should do the same. Simplify your life with the best meal prep service in South Jersey. Just visit prevailnutrition.club today to learn more. Mike Carlin, Josh Hennig hanging out with you as we are now joined by the aforementioned Rob Maaddi from the Associated Press here on Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN. Another busy NFL weekend. Rob, we always appreciate you jumping on. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Josh. How are you guys? Apologies. I had my phone on incognito. I don't even know what that means. I don't know how that happened, but apparently that's a thing.
I would just say blame your daughters or your wife. They probably did that to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rob, I wanted to start with the Eagles with you because we got a lot of stuff to get to with you. But, you have covered Philadelphia sports for a long time. And, all of this stuff that's going on, first it was the A.J. Brown complaints. And then the Diana Rossini story. And then the Derek Gunn follow-up to the Diana Rossini story. And then A.J. Brown said, I just want to talk about Dallas. And Jalen Hurts saying, I don't run away from criticism. And it's like, can you ever remember a time that had this many weird stuff going on around a team? And they're 8-2, Rob. They're not 2-8. They're 8-2.
Yeah, that's the crazy part is that they're defending Super Bowl champions and they're the number one seed 10 games into the season. So there's not much happening wrong on the football field other than the look of the offense and the way they're winning, and the offense isn't producing up to standards, yet they're still winning, and everything that's going on is the drama is all behind the scenes. And I just don't know. I don't know how much validity there is to everything. I'm not in the locker room like I used to be. I'm not covering the Eagles beat anymore. And there's this incredible amount of pressure and scrutiny that is put on Philadelphia athletes, and especially the quarterback. And the criticism that Jalen's getting now, there was a little bit of it a few years ago. Remember, I think it might have been a Jeff McClain article, and he kind of took a deep dive into Jalen and some of the leadership skills and some of those things. But we've seen this happen before. I've seen it happen with Carson Wentz, and I just look at the criticism of Jalen as far as a quarterback, and I think it traces to he's not being a gunslinger, yet he's protecting the football at an incredible rate, not turning the ball over, only 7 interceptions in his last 721 attempts, which is over 29 games, in which they're 24-5, yet now he's being criticized for not being a gunslinger because AJ's unhappy and he's not throwing the ball up and he's not giving him enough 50-50 opportunities. And I'll push back on that sometimes, too, because he has a few times. He has, and there was the one, I forget which game it was, where there was questionable, did AJ completely go for it or give up on the route? And he may have, and then against the Lions, it looked like he kind of, Jalen threw it up there, and AJ kind of gave up on that. So if your receiver isn't going to go 100% after the ball, why would you throw a 50-50 ball? Because you don't know which guy's going to show up for that particular attempt. And then we see the things that happen in the Vikings game where he gets 2 touchdowns and he goes for over 100-something yards. And Devontae's not whining and complaining. And I get it. Wide receivers they want the football. Keyshawn Johnson, remember to throw me the damn ball. I think he turned it into a book. But
yes, he did.
It's hard to have an issue with, for me, from the outside looking in, with a quarterback who wins at the rate that Jalen Hurts has won and plays unselfishly to the point where he's not looking at his stats. His stats aren't going to be padded. He's not going to have 30-plus throwing touchdowns. He's not going to have those numbers that get him into all-pro consideration and all of that stuff because he just finds ways to win, and he just keeps winning. So I have a hard time being critical of AJ, and especially that mentality of, look what happened when Carson Wentz, 3 seasons, had 7 interceptions 3 years in a row and averaged 30 touchdowns over that 3-year period. 2020 arrives, and all of a sudden he's a gunslinger, and he's trying to be Superman. He's trying to win games by himself, and he had 15, 16 picks, I don't know, whatever it was, and suddenly loses his job to Jalen Hurts. And then Jalen, 2 years ago, 2023, throws 15 interceptions, and he's getting absolutely annihilated for it. And I think he made a conscious effort after that, like, hey, I'm going to protect the football at all costs, even if that means sometimes I don't take a deep shot or another opportunity. Are there plays that are out there to be made? Absolutely, 100%. Can he get the pass into those windows at times? Certainly he can. But he's not taking that chance, and they're still winning. So until they lose a shootout, 44-40 or something crazy, which I don't think their defense is going to give up 44. So that's why he can play the way he's playing, because of the defense. But until that scenario were to arise where they lose a game because of his unwillingness to put the ball in the air, then I think you can be critical of Jalen Hurts, but not right now.
Rob, you just mentioned a couple of things there. And I want to backtrack with you because you talked about when Jalen Hurts threw the interceptions in 2023. And, I think it should be pointed out that was the year that was not Shane Steichen. It was not Kellen Moore. It was Brian Johnson. Yeah. And we were talking about before you came on about these coaches, the Kyle Shanahans, the Sean McVay, the Kevin O'Connell, even Shane Steichen in Indianapolis with Daniel Jones, right? Ben Johnson, what he's doing with Caleb Williams. It's like these guys touch a quarterback and they get better. Look at Baker Mayfield. He was a lost cause. He spends half a season, not even fully half season, like 2 months with Sean McVay, and all of a sudden he's resuscitated his career in Tampa, right? It's like, is part of the problem that we're not talking about the fact that the Philadelphia Eagles stayed in-house with Kevin Patullo and didn't bring in a guy who was going to touch Jalen Hurts in the way these other great coordinators and coaches do?
That could be part of it. Guys that you've mentioned, and you look at Baker Mayfield he goes from Sean McVay, and then Liam Cohn was there, and then Liam Cohn was in Tampa, and before that, Dave Canales was the coordinator for a year. So all of that, and look at Sam Darnold and what he was able to do under Kevin O'Connell last year, and even to some extent some of the other guys, some of the other quarterbacks who've had a little bit of a revival, and it always boils down to, no matter who you speak to, they say it comes down to who's surrounding the player in talent and who's speaking into him as a QB coach, as an offensive coordinator, and as a head coach. And I think all of those things are factors. Now, going back to the report, right, and some of the criticism of Jalen and what Derek Gunn reported, that he's doing things his own way. Is that because he's comfortable doing it his way? Is that because he's not confident enough in the play caller or the coaching that he's getting? Because he's had so many different coaches, right? He's had so many different coordinators throughout his career, and you wonder, like, sometimes you learn from one guy, he moves on, but you want to do things his way or that way that you were taught. Like, maybe he was most comfortable. Well, who was it? It was Shane Steichen the year he was runner-up for MVP, the year he was runner-up for Offensive Player of the Year, and they went to the Super Bowl and lost. Maybe he's more comfortable with someone who's got an approach like Shane Steichen. And these aren't things that I know or that he said or anyone has said, and certainly the Eagles aren't going to say that, right? But that's between Jalen and his innermost feelings, thoughts, and whoever he wants to confide in. And that could be part of it. But to answer your question, I think certainly you have to wonder if there are certain issues and the coaches aren't getting through to the player. Where's the disconnect?
Hey, Rob, it's Michael. Quick question for you. Being, we're local, it's all Eagles here, as you know. Last night I was watching, our 3, 6, and 10, our TV stations, the sports, and seeing what they're leading with. And it's still having AJ at his locker and talking about what's happening this year and are we doing as good. it blows my mind that no one's talking about, and maybe I'm the wrong one, why we're not talking about the biggest problem is the line is not as good as last year. And now we're going into a game where Lance Johnson's not going to play. I think that's the biggest key of this whole game coming up.
Oh, I agree with you wholeheartedly. They've won without AJ. They don't do well without Lane Johnson, who is a first-ballot Hall of Famer, maybe the greatest offensive lineman in Eagles team history, better than Jason Peters, and dare I say better than Jason Kelsey, maybe, perhaps. They're both first-ballot Hall of Famers, but he's that good, and his impact on the game is that strong. So you're right. Like, the concern going into this game shouldn't be they've won and they've continued to win with the distribution of the football, whether it's to AJ, Devontae, however it's gone. We know that they struggle without Lane Johnson, and now you're going against a Cowboys team that's made some changes on the defensive line. They've got some players back. Quinnen Williams is there now, and they played, albeit it was against the Raiders, who are god-awful, but they destroyed the Raiders on Monday night. I think that'll help the Eagles in that it's a quick turnaround, it's a short turnaround, and the Cowboys are coming off an emotional 2 weeks where they had to deal with the passing of one of their teammates, and they had to win that game against the Raiders for him. They had to do that, and now it comes back to a little bit of, the whirlwind of emotions going to Vegas on a Monday night, short week, back to Dallas, divisional rival coming in. All of that stuff, to me, kind of sets up more favorably for the Eagles, but Lane Johnson's impact, I think, is going to mean a whole lot more than whether A.J. Brown gets 5 targets or 8 targets or 9 targets. Good thing for the Eagles that Micah Parsons isn't in Dallas anymore. So they've bolstered their pass rush, but he's not there.
So the 1 o'clock game that really got my eyes on, usually there's a 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock game where you're going back and forth. There's a couple of games to watch. Really, that they get the Colts game going to Kansas City. This could be the week that finally we say Kansas City may be done for the year if they lose tomorrow. What do you think about that?
Yeah, and I don't think they will lose, but it's certainly a possibility. It's a tough game, and I thought they were going to beat the Broncos. They were favorites going into that game, and they didn't get the job done. They could, because they've lost to the Jaguars, right? And the Jags would then have that home field. Would have the tiebreaker advantage, and the Texans are 6-5. If they lose, it's going to hurt their chances significantly. But I still think there's a possibility, depending on how they play the rest of the way, right? And they've got coming up after the Cowboys. There's a big one against the Texans. Like, it could be the Chiefs, Texans, and Jaguars all competing for that 7th seed. That said, the Chiefs, right? Yeah, to me that's the game of the week, and I'm really surprised that it wasn't flexed to 4. To the 425 slot. I don't know what the TV ramifications were of that, but I'm also kind of glad because I wanted to have full attention on the Eagles Cowboys in that 425 slot, and the 1 o'clock now it's easier to have more attention on. I have all 7 games going at once, but there's the one dominant TV, then there's the smaller one, then there's the tablet, then there's the whatever. Colts and Chiefs will have the dominant. They'll have the dominant TV at 1, and the Colts are coming off a bye. So it's really an intriguing matchup for sure. There's still, guys, if they win that game, I came up, because these are, I love scenarios and all that stuff. There's a path for the Chiefs to still win the AFC West for the 10th straight year, and it starts with them having to win out. Right, but if they, even though they're 4 games behind the Broncos in the win column, there's a path for them to win the West if they win out, and then they would need the Broncos to lose to the Chargers and one other game, and the Chargers would lose to the Chiefs by the Chiefs winning out in one other game. So there is that scenario, but it starts with the Chiefs winning out, and that's probably the hardest part of that scenario.
He's Rob Maaddi, senior NFL insider and writer for the Associated Press, apnews.org. Of course, at Rob Maaddi on the Twitter X platform, Real Rob Maaddi on Instagram, and also don't forget about Faith in the Field, heard every Saturday and Sunday mornings right here on 97.3 ESPN. Rob, glad to get you on. Always great stuff. We'll talk soon.
Thank you, guys. Keep up the great work.
Josh Hennig along with Mike Carlin here on 97.3 ESPN. And speaking of the Eagles game, don't forget you can go watch every Eagles game with the sound on at yesterday's Creekside Tavern in Maramora with all the biggest college football games every Saturday and the Eagles games Sunday as well as prime time. Don't miss out on yesterday's nightly food specials, including 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday and reverse happy hours 9 p.m. to close each week. Yesterday's Creekside Tavern in Maramora has all the Eagles, Sixers, and Flyers games with the sound on. So call your friends and catch all the games at the Y. Coming up on the other side, we'll give our picks for the Eagles game as well as tell you some other the great things that are happening right here inside Tropicana Atlantic City. I'm Josh Hennig along with Mike Carlin. Gridiron Pit is at Tropicana Atlantic City. The ultimate watch and wager experience is where you want to be with all the college football games on, and the blackjack tables are bouncing right now. Hanging with Hennig, more coming up next on 97.3 ESPN FM, the 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Seattle City, and streaming live on YouTube and X in the Dr. Squatch virtual studio.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. The Eagles continue the 2025 season tomorrow in Dallas against their NFC East rivals, the Cowboys.
You don't do that. You don't help Cowboys to their feet.
Pre-game coverage starts at 3 p.m. with Merrill Reese and Mike Quick calling all the action starting at 4:25. This is where the Eagles play. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station.
Get ready to level up your game day at Tropicana Atlantic City. Introducing Gridiron Pit, powered by Caesars Sportsbook, a high-energy fan zone where blackjack meets big screens, bold bites, and big wins. Play your hand, catch every snap, indulge in tailgate-inspired food and drinks, and spin the big wheel of prizes every Saturday and Sunday throughout football season. Gridiron Pit, where the thrill of the game meets the rush of the table. Located near the cashier cage. Learn more at Caesars.com. Must be 21 or older. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tired of cooking and planning all of your meals each and every day? You need Prevail Nutrition to simplify your life. For almost a decade, Prevail Nutrition is a local meal prep company located in South Jersey that allows customers to design their own meal plan. Or you can choose from a wide variety of chef-designed meals on their weekly changing Prevail Selects menu. You can order online for pickup or get free delivery on orders of over $50. Prevail Nutrition delivers to Atlantic and Cumberland counties along with Ocean City. Or you can pick up your meals every Monday and Friday. Learn more about how Prevail Nutrition can simplify your life. Visit their website at prevailnutrition.club. Check out Prevail Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram. Prevail Nutrition is my go-to choice for prepared meals and foods. Order online, like me, at prevailnutrition.club.
Automotive Avenues, your family-owned, pre-owned dealership is growing and now has a second location in Sewell. Automotive Avenues brings the power of wholesale to the public. They make financing easy. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. You're still approved. Find out why Automotive Avenues has won customer satisfaction awards for the last 8 years. Discover why everybody loves Automotive Avenues of Sewell on Delsey Drive. Or check out their expanded inventory now at automotiveavenusnj.com. And don't forget, go Birds!
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hey, nice job, Pete. I like those clean lines. Fellas, do we have anyone that can get to Greenport today?
At Corey's Landscaping, the staffing plan is in the weeds.
Anthony, we need that leaf blower over here. 3 more new customer requests just came in. Who wants to work some overtime?
He needs to dig up quality landscapers and fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to $1,400 off, plus get free delivery on select appliances like LG, America's most reliable line of appliances. Check out the newest LG refrigerator with new mini craft ice, straight from the dispenser. Shop Black Friday savings on select LG appliances, plus get free delivery now at the Home Depot. free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid 11/5 through 12/3. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Bush, the iconic band. One night, all their classics. Featuring songs from their hot new album, I Beat Loneliness, as well as all of the fan favorites. Saturday, December 13th, Ovation Hall in Ocean Casino Resort. Special guest, Soul Asylum. Bush. Tickets on sale now at theoceanac.com. Don't miss Bush. Live.
Welcome to Cricket Wireless. Santa?
I've got to get Mrs. Claus a gift or I'm in a whole lot of trouble.
How about a single unlimited line? Only $35, plus a free Moto G 5G.
Dude, you're a lifesaver. Here, take a present.
Says it's for Timmy in Des Moines.
Never heard of him.
Join Cricket Nation and get a single line for $35 per month, plus a free Moto G 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Requires activation of new line on select unlimited plan or higher. Pay $40 first month. New lines only. First month service charge. Tax, due sale fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com for details.
It all comes down to this, folks. Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain. Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast!
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball. That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Caesars Sportsbook app is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open to new users in New Jersey who are 21 or older. Max bet of $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now back to Hanging with Hennig on 97.3 ESPN FM.
Who is right? You are an ox and a moron.
And on the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Hello? Get back in the room.
Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and the X platform.
Josh Hennig back here at Tropicana Atlantic City inside the Gridiron Pit. Of course, we are hanging out with you. One final segment before we give our previews for the Eagles game. But it wouldn't be a visit to Tropicana Atlantic City if we didn't talk about the great Chickies and Peach, which is literally right next door. And we are back here with Angelica here. She is the GM.
Yep.
Okay. I try to remember. First, I got your name right.
Josh. We got big wig here.
Well, I first got your name right. Now I got to remember your title. So it's like, time by time, we're gonna get this figured out. By the way, welcome back from your world travels.
Thanks for having me.
We're glad to have you back here. And tell us some of the great things you guys got going on for this football weekend. Big Eagles Cowboys game tomorrow.
Yeah. So, like I said before, we will have both bars open upstairs and downstairs. So lots of room, lots of servers. It's going to be a really fun environment. So that's awesome. Also coming up, we have, we are open on Thanksgiving for all those games as well. We have some adjusted hours. We open a little bit later. We'll be open at 1:00 for the bar and then 2:00 for dining. So you can watch all those games. And for the Eagles game that Friday as well, we will be open as well on Black Friday for that too. So it's somewhere you can come for all of the games all the time.
Absolutely. And, folks, don't forget also, Chickies and Pete's here in Tropicana. The great thing about it is that you can literally walk anywhere from Chickies. So if you wanted to wander over the Gridiron Pit and walk back, you can do that. It's not like it's like not centrally located.
Yeah, it's awesome. There's access to the boardwalk as well. So if you are coming from the boardwalk and you can come in through Chickies. And
that's a great point.
Yeah, you can come in through the boardwalk to the casino, to Chickies.
Yep.
You can come and go. You can gamble, come back. We also have a ton of TVs. So wherever you're sitting in our restaurant, you will see and hear the Eagles game. Sound will be on. We have a DJ. So it's really, really a prime place to go.
And of course, the important thing is, what is the food this weekend? What do you What do you can tell us about what people can come and get?
I mean, so we always have everything. Our menu, unlike a lot of places, we don't have like limited menus sometimes, even on the holidays. That's a big thing. A lot of people ask, like, are you going to have like just a limited menu? You can get anything on our menu. We will provide all of it. Also, if you are looking to try some of our like seasonal cocktails as well, we only have a couple more weeks of our fall ones. We're getting our winter ones in a few weeks. So if you want to try those out, the pumpkin, all of those good things, we only have a couple more weeks of them. So I would say come in soon.
And the most important thing before I let you go, your pick for the Eagles game.
Score? Okay, so
winner and score.
Well, winner, obviously the Eagles. Score, I would say I'd always hope for a blowout, right? But I don't know. We've had some low scoring games, so maybe.
You know what I love about Josh? She's actually really thinking.
I am. I'm really thinking about it. I'm trying to really think about
fan.
it. I am. My family is from Philly, so I'm gonna say Eagles definitely win. Hopefully, let's say 21-7. I'll give them a touchdown.
You give them a touchdown.
I'll give them a touchdown.
Spoken like a true Eagles fan who hates Dallas.
Yeah.
Well, Angelica, we appreciate you coming over to us again. Chickies and Pete's right here at Tropicana is the place to be to watch not just the Eagles game, but all the football action right next to the Gridiron Pit. Thanks again for coming by.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Mike, before we get your pick for the Eagles game, let's send it back to Nick in the studio. Nick, what is your pick for the Eagles game tomorrow? Mel or Reese, Mike, quick calling all the action here on your home for Eagles football in South Jersey, 97.3 ESPN. Earnshaw, what do you got?
All right, so I said it earlier on the locker room. I'm going to go 20-13, low-scoring game still. I think the Eagles' offense still looks a little anemic, especially in Dallas with their defense looking a little bit better after a couple of strong acquisitions. I'm going 20-13 Birds. There's going to be a defensive touchdown by the Eagles.
Oh, that's an interesting twist in there. Mike Carlin, you have 20 million pages of notes here. What do you think?
I come prepared. I'm going to be quick, guys. You ready? This Lane Johnson thing really scares me. Lane Johnson was playing in this game. I have the Eagles winning. He's not playing. I have the Eagles losing this game. 27-20.
27-20 losing.
I have Dallas winning 27-20.
So you don't believe the Eagles defense can slow down Dallas?
I think Dallas has a great offense. And I don't. I think our defense is extremely good. Don't get me wrong. I just think tomorrow is Dallas's day. Finally, and they haven't had a day against us in a while.
Well, the last time they had a day against us was 2023. So people have those kind of vibes going if that's the case. All right, so here's my analysis of the game. So this is where you and I disagree. I think that people are not bought in fully to the Eagles defense. This Eagles defense is playing at a very, very high level right now. And Jalen Carter said it best. He said Jalen Phillips has added to the vibe in the locker room and the vibe of that defense. I think they're going to go to Dallas and slow them down because they're a better defense than the Bears. They're a better defense than the Cardinals. And both of those teams held the Cowboys under 20 points this year. So I think the Eagles win the game, but it's going to be a low-scoring game. The odds makers, the odds makers are trying to make it like this is a high-scoring game. But I think between the Eagles' offensive line issues combined with the situation where you have a very good defense that is playing at a high level right now, I think the Eagles are going to win, but it's going to be because of Jake Elliott. I got Jake Elliott winning at the end of the game. Give me Eagles 2017 on the road, winning the game, which means the under and the cover for Philadelphia.
Good.
Mike Carlin, always appreciate you joining me here on the show. We are live here at Tropicana Atlantic City, Gridiron Pit. Thanks to everything Vince has been helping us with, giving away the prizes. We will contact the winners of the contest later after the show. Thanks to Nick Earnshaw back in the studio for everything he does, helping us out. Not just a 97.3 ESPN, but for this show, Hanging with Hennig. Thanks to Angelica for Chickies and Pete's for feeding us today. Don't forget Chickies and Pete's, your go-to spot for the Eagles here at Tropicana Atlantic City. And the Gridiron Pit, they got the college football game still going. Coming up next on 97.3 ESPN, we have Oregon versus USC, followed by Pitt versus Georgia Tech. And of course, tomorrow, Merrill Reese and Mike Quinn calling all the action starting at 3 o'clock right here on 97.3 ESPN. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Hey, South Jersey, this is Billy Schwein. Tune into The Locker Room every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon on 97.3 ESPN. Each weekend in The Locker Room, you will get passionate sports talk from a fan's perspective, along with interviews with some of the biggest names in sports. That's every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon in The Locker Room with me, Billy Schwein, on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner.